now. How many years has it been? How many years has it been since we sat down and celebrated a classic holiday like Women's Wednesday? Too long, actually. I kind of put this game on hold for the entire month of October. Probably against my better judgment, but I wanted to focus on the scary and you know, the creepy stuff, you know? It's a fun month, but we're back to our regular scheduled programming. Women's Wednesday is back on the menu. And of course, like, I don't know, man, I don't wanna... Oh, that's weird. Sorry. I'm also playing around with, like, a widget on OBS now, and I'm not used to it. It's fine though. We will get used to it. I hope to God. If not, well, I don't know what I'll do. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. Ugh, that was a bad one. But yeah, I saw I saw Sand Highway Blossoms for long enough, and I do want to see this game kind of to fruition, you know? Because here we finish what we start, with the exception of Stardew Valley. Because admittedly, I haven't put Stardew Valley in the schedule for this week, and I probably won't going forward. Because I'm gonna be honest, and I thought about this while I was kind of like stepping away for a bit after through October from it. I kind of just wasn't having fun streaming Stardew the last couple times I streamed it. Because the problem is, I definitely do still want to get true perfection, but I don't know. Like, I kind of felt like it was just getting very repetitive. I couldn't think of anything to say I hadn't already talked about regarding the game already. And I think it's kind of okay to just kind of like leave Stardew Valley lie as far as streaming it goes. So maybe I'll pick it back up again someday, but the day has not yet come. In the meantime, though, we have Yuri, which is infinitely more valuable. And I'm going to stop... Oh god, that was what I meant to click. I'm going to stop yapping and we're going to get to the game because I put it off for far too long. We ended up spending the night in a department store parking lot. They were playing rest stops, but those are off the table permanently. Like usual, I woke up pretty early and got us on the road again. Even after waking up briefly, Marina passed back out until we were already in Moab. Moab's a quintessential outdoorsy town. It's built alongside the Colorado River, winding through a canyon. Every other store sells wrapping supplies or hiking gear or camping equipment. I just realized what the music is, and I don't know if I'm like elated or upset about it. Kind of in a weird mix of both. Even some of the houses are made to look like log cabins and other rustic architecture. You can see tall forested mountains from any part of town, but it's not entirely out of the desert either. It's a time of morning where most people are on their way to work. There's a disgustingly large amount of traffic. It's obvious why. Shovels and pickaxes stick out of truck beds and cracked windows like porcupine quills. At a glance, I'd say 3/4 of the people contributing to our glacial pace are prospectors, which means I don't have any room to complain. After watching the next light change 3 times, but still not reaching it myself, I sigh and pull into a nearby diner. At first, I was just planning to grab some coffee and a bagel and something for when Marina wakes up. But with her trademark perfect timing, I hear her climb out of bed right as I turn off the RV.
We there? Is this Arches?
She stumbles up to the front, still looking mostly asleep. I don't know how she can still be tired. She must have gotten 10 hours.
Close. We're in Moab. Arches is still a few miles up the road.
Try to see if I can move it. Okay, there we go. That's not where I want to put that. There we go. Oh, that doesn't look how I want to look at all, actually. Why does that look like that? Oh, that looks awful, actually. I guess I'll just have to live with it. Actually, no, that might be a little bit better. Sorry, I'm like messing with things on OBS on the side, too. I can probably live with that, yeah.
Oh, why'd we stop?
Because a hearty breakfast is the perfect way to start the day.
'Cause I'm hungry, and traffic's practically stalled. It could be lunchtime before we get there.
You were just gonna eat without me?
Even for her grogginess, she sounds shocked and offended.
I was gonna grab you something to go, but I will eat without you if you don't get ready fast.
Meanie.
Yeah. Complain about me once you're dressed.
I can see the start of a smile as she turns back to get ready. I inspect my nails while we wait. Or while I wait. A few minutes later, she hops up front like the Easter Bunny, chipper as ever.
It's like your energy is stored in your outfit or something. You get dressed and wake right up.
I get that, though. Because honestly, sometimes you just don't really feel that energy until you, like, kind of force yourself into the routine, right? Because, like, I'm the same way. Like, I'll wake up and I'm, like, really groggy and sleepy. The instant I, like, start getting dressed or, like, I go and take a shower or go make breakfast, that's kind of when the gears start kind of going. Sometimes you just kind of gotta, like, get up and moving before your body kind of recognizes you're awake. Marina puts on airs.
I don't know what you mean. I'm always cheerful and alert.
Uh-huh. Did you know that you snore?
Hey, not making fun of that. Apparently I do that too, and I'm none too pleased about it. Your pretenses dropped in a flash.
Do not!
You do.
I lead the way out of the RV.
Loud. Like an elephant seal.
Well, now you're just being hurtful. People can't control what they do when they sleep. Marina blusters about for a retort while I just wait by the door laughing. She makes a humph noise as she passes by me, crossing the parking lot. Still, she holds the door for me as we go into the diner. There's a seat yourself sign up near the front, along with a stack of menus. I grab two off the top.
Do you need a kid's menu? With the crayons?
Hey, I'll have you know crayons are a perfectly valid form of sustenance. Why are you so feisty today, Amber? I'm just teasing her more, but her face lights up.
Oh, they have those? Yeah, give me one.
Mentally facepalm. Oh, it's a little... Wait, no, I want a closer look at that. No. Mentally facepalm. May I also take a coloring sheet and cup of crayons? We find a booth by the window near the middle of the restaurant between a family of four and a couple around our age. It might be the only empty spot in the whole place. While I look over the breakfast specials, Marina I can talk. Eagerly begins to color. She's got a dark green, 2 shades of red, a blue, and a yellow crayon. Of course, they're worn down to being practically round on the bottoms, which means it's hard for her to stay inside the lines. When I shift my legs, I accidentally bump the tail with my foot and cause her to make a large green streak across the personified eggs she was coloring.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay. What is it they say? There are no mistakes in art, just happy accidents?
You said it perfectly, Bob Ross.
Something like that. Why green?
Do you not see what I'm coloring here, Sam I Amber?
Oh my goodness, green eggs and... Is there a word that rhymes with ham that could apply to bread? I don't think so. I groan aloud at her awful joke. I'm saved from more of them by the arrival of the same waitress who greeted us. Her white uniform is stained with jelly and ketchup and who knows what else.
Can I get you girls something to drink?
I'll have some chocolate milk, please.
Oh, she loves her chalky milk. Her already questionable maturity suffers another blow. With the crayons in her hand, I'm not sure I can stand to take any more hits.
And for you? Just coffee. No cream or sugar.
You got it.
When she walks away, I nudge Marina with my foot.
Chocolate milk? Seriously? Are you 8?
Dude, Amber, you're being such a bully today. Listen, girl, like, there's nothing wrong with a nice glass of chocolate milk on occasion. Also, I haven't really been much of a milk drinker for a while now, though. That's the last time I actually like drank milk of any form. On its own, that is. I do occasionally use milk for like cooking and, well, I put like almond milk in my coffee, but yeah, I don't think I've had like milk for a while. Mimicking my voice, Marina shakes her shoulders.
Black coffee? Seriously? Are you 40?
Wouldn't-
Hey now, I like the taste of coffee itself.
And I like the taste of milk itself, just with chocolate.
You're a dork.
But you love me.
Said with all the innocence in her heart. She shines back in a sing-song voice. I know what she means, but still causes a small lump to form in my throat. I swallow, trying to pretend that she didn't hit a little too close to home. Aw. You're doing the tsundere thing. You're being like, I don't want to admit I have feelings. I watch her while she goes back to coloring human/breakfast hybrids. Her lips are pursed in concentration, and there's a little bit of white as she bites the edge of one. Seems she's really focused. Surprisingly, she mostly manages to stay inside the lines of the pictures. Rather than trying to use the dull tips, she switched to the flat round ends, using the edge for more precision. It's kind of working. I mean, hey, I do that too when I did that when I colored. Because yeah, sometimes you just need like have a sharp edge. It's not quite as precise as like a sharpened pencil tip, but it gets the job done. Without looking up, she starts to chat again.
So, where do we start looking today, Captain?
Oh, you finally acknowledge me as captain then, huh?
I figured you deserve a turn. Just this once.
Thanks. I'll try not to let you down. Anyway, I have no idea.
You said you think it's by one of the arches, right?
Oh, that's right. We're going to Arches National Park.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't really narrow it down.
Pausing her coloring, she looks up at me.
It doesn't?
Girl, do you know how many arches are in Arches?
Nah. Have you ever seen any pictures of the park?
A couple, I guess. I don't know much about it, though.
Well, they named the park after the arches since there were so many of them. Probably hundreds.
Seriously?
Yeah, some are more famous than others. Let's see. There's Windstone Arch and Double Arch. Those are some of the more famous ones. You've probably seen pictures of those, even if you don't know it.
I'm curious, actually. Let me grab ye old phone and Google. Let's see, Windstone Arch. Ooh, I don't think I've seen pictures of this one, but that's actually kind of cool, actually. It kind of reminds me of I don't know who all has or hasn't seen the third Star Wars movie, but that like kind of planet that Obi-Wan goes to with a like city in the cliff face kind of reminds me of that. And then Double Arch. Okay, yeah, this one I've definitely seen. Okay, I've definitely seen Double Arch.
But there are a ton of lesser known ones too. And for all we know, the treasure could be at one of them that doesn't even have a name.
So we're screwed.
Yep, that's right.
Probably. But that doesn't mean we're giving up.
Marina nods in satisfaction. Either my words or the slice of blue ham she just finished coloring.
I don't want to lose twice in a row, so I figure we'll go and look around and see if there are any clues.
Green eggs and blue ham. I'm sorry, that thought just occurred to me.
Maybe watch what other people are doing and thinking.
Marina nods along, but she has a zoned out look that tells me she's not really listening. Rather, she seems to be staring past me. Is it our favorite family? I turn trying to figure out what that... Wow, I'm already familiar with my words. I really need to not step away from the Viennes for so long. I turn trying to figure out what might be attracting her attention. There's nothing except for other groups eating. I make awkward eye contact with the old lady right beside us, and I quickly face forward.
Hello? Inspecting the walls?
I'm telling you, it's our favorite family. You just aren't noticing, Amber. My words seem to break the spell.
Huh?
You totally spaced out there.
Oops, yeah. Sorry, I just started thinking.
That's dangerous. Don't do that. Thinking never leads to anything good. Before I can ask her what about, our waitress returns. Our drinks are bounced on a tray alongside a few other guests. Marina's chocolate milk comes in an enormous tin cup that's the size of my forearm. And there's an entire pot of coffee for me. She sits them down the table between us.
You girls ready to order?
Whoops. I haven't looked through the menu once. I flip it through it really quick, selling on a standard meal.
You good?
Marina nods.
I'll have the gentleman's breakfast with bacon, eggs over medium, and sourdough toast.
That's a pretty good breakfast. I do love my sourdough toast.
And for you?
I'll have the chocolate chip pancake platter with scrambled eggs.
You want the kids' meal or the regular?
I choke on my drink as I laugh, and I feel Marina's foot crash against my leg. Whimpering at that and the dribble of coffee in my chin, I massage my shin underneath the table. Incredible. To be fair, I'm sure the waitress is just doing her job. That's pretty good. Marina frowns me, and the waitress gives me a strange look. Then the typical angelic expression returns as Marina places her order.
The regular, please and thanks.
We'll have that out for you pretty soon.
Once again, she heads back to the kitchen, heels clicking against the tile floor. When she's out of sight, Marina begins a flurry of kicks to my shins, though these ones aren't hard enough to hurt. Scurrying backwards in my seat, I draw my legs up closer to me.
Rude! Rude, rude, rude!
Come on, you were asking for it with the food and the milk. The waitress asking that was just the icing on the cake. The pancake.
Icing on pancakes, eh? I'm sure it tastes fine.
It's not my fault you sophisticated adults don't appreciate chocolate like I do.
You have a bigger sweet tooth than anyone I've ever met. Seriously, how many cavities have you had?
None. I brush my teeth twice a day, every day. The last time I went to the dentist, he said my teeth were so shiny he could see his reflection in them.
That's a little concerning.
And when was that?
She thinks about it for a minute.
Maybe 3 years?
Oh, you're not doing your biannual teeth cleaning, girl.
That doesn't count anymore then.
When was the last time you had chocolate milk?
Now I have to think about that. I don't drink a whole lot of milk to begin with, and as for chocolate, why does she make that sound like an accusation, though? She is like, when was the last time you sampled my beverage?
Maybe when I was a little kid. I don't know.
Amber, you poor, poor thing.
You're about to go on like a tirade about how Amber doesn't have enough whimsy in her life, aren't you? She slides her giant cup towards me, some sloshing over the sides in her haste.
Try it.
Treasures of milk surround the rim of the cup from Marina's sipping. across me as she waits, looking eager. I'm surprised she's not bouncing like normal. After sighing exaggeratedly, I pick up the cup and down a large gulp. Tried to think silly cliche thoughts about indirect kisses. I was thinking it though. I didn't say it out loud because I meant ahead and I saw that, so I didn't want to add on to it. The thought was there. To my surprise, the drink is really good. It's got a deeper, rich flavor than the stuff you get in jugs at the store. I can tell they made it themselves in the kitchen. It's not overwhelmingly sweet. In fact, it's perfect. Damn. I don't know if I'm disappointed or not. Giving her the satisfaction of being right? My pride aches. As I push the cup back towards Marina, she receives it with a sly smirk.
So?
Very well, you win this round. She draws out the word, already knowing my answer.
It wasn't bad.
It was okay, I guess. That's all I'm willing to concede. She laughs and takes another huge sip. After setting the cup down, she has a thick milk mustache on her upper lip. I watch with inappropriate fascination as her tongue comes out and cleans it away. Inappropriate, you say? Marina grabs the sheet she was coloring and then pushes that over to me as well.
Wanna color something? Well, you're acting like a kid and all.
I roll my eyes, but snatch away the crayons that she offers. Most of the pictures, all of them breakfast foods with faces and dated outfits, have already been colored in. Oh damn, she works fast. There's a stylish looking piece of bread with a dress and a wig that's still blank though. I color the dress with a green crayon as lightly as I can and use the lighter shade of red for the hair. Incredible. When I'm done, I hope the page will show Marina.
It's you.
She leans in.
Huh?
The colors. Look, you're toast.
She collapses backwards as if my pun physically wounded her. She shakes her head and looks down while I crack up.
That was even worse than Sam I Amber.
Uh-huh. You better step up your game some.
You can't just drop the puns on me like that without warning, man. You gotta let me mentally prepare.
Please, stop.
No, continue. I don't plan to. The only thing that saves her is the arrival of our waitress right then. And that's pretty fast service considering how busy this place is. Keeping in style with our oversized beverages, the portions are enormous. The plate, oh, those are some good looking pancakes actually. The plate that Marina's pancakes are served on is so large it looks like it could have been used as a shield back in medieval times. And pancakes from a tower that's probably half a foot tall. Sheesh. Oh, that looks pretty good too. My own meal arrives in a similarly large giant plate. I have to scramble and move our drinks around just to make room. There's hardly any empty space.
Can I get you girls anything else?
Marina shakes her head, but I look down at the table as I mumble.
Can I get a glass of chocolate milk, please?
As the waitress departs it again, I glance over, prepared for the inevitable teasing. But instead, Marina just stares at her food dumbstruck.
Maybe I should have gotten the kid size.
That's how they get. It's like Starbucks, right? It's like you go there and you're like, oh, I'll get like a grande, and the grande is like, well, no, it's not like Starbucks actually. Starbucks portions aren't that impressive. It's like a hot sauce with like wings, right? It's like you hear hot and you're like, oh, that's probably like a little spicy, and then it just like makes your mouth implode. The only difference here is like rather than like a Scoville scale, is like portion sizes, right? I finish about half my meal before the dismay sets in. There's no way I can possibly finish this. Most people I know couldn't eat this much food in one sitting. Every bite is a struggle. Marina's faring similarly. Her plate of eggs is nearly untouched just because there's so much pancake to work through. I'm sure they have to-go boxes. I can tell that pancake fatigue. The feeling where you get halfway through them and then realize you're sick of pancakes has long since set in for her. Yeah, pancakes are pretty filling. But like a lot of other foods where you kind of keep eating them, pancakes are definitely kind of one of those ones where like you can't really keep eating them. You know, like the fatigue sits in and it's just like you want to keep eating. But like it feels gross to continue with those in particular. She cuts off a bite and looks at it for a while, then sets her fork down.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, you and me both.
I mean, hey, like I said, get to-go boxes. There you go. Boom, you got lunch. The largest plate I have consists of a mess of potatoes, cheese and bacon with the eggs laid over it. And then, of course, there was the toast, fruit, and sausage, which each got their own smaller plate. I'd ordered from the kids' menu, too, if I'd known this was how it would be.
I don't think I'll ever want pancakes again.
Nah, give her a day. For once, I don't have any snarky remarks. Anyone would be sick of them after what she just went through.
We'll get some boxes to go. At least we'll have food for a week now if we ever get stranded.
After our waitress brings us our bill and styrofoam containers, we head back out to the RV. It looks like traffic hasn't got much better in the 45 minutes that we've been out of it. Cars are still pressed bumper to bumper. The sidewalks are also full, with swarms of pedestrians making better time of the traffic. I wonder if it's always this busy or if people are just deciding not to drive. Porque no nos dos. I know this is how it was when I went to Boston a few years back. By a few years back, I mean when I was in like middle school. It was the traffic in the city was so atrocious. It was actually faster to just walk places. Once we're ready to go, I take us over to the edge of the parking lot. As expected, the constant stream of cars makes it impossible for us to get out. I'm watching patiently for an opening in traffic, but can't see one for miles.
Oh, come on!
I press my forehead to the steering wheel. We've been sitting here for minutes now.
Is there another exit we could use? Onto a different street?
I look and check the mirrors, but don't see anything. The edges of the diner's property are surrounded by a cream-colored fence.
Nope.
Marina begins to sigh, but that quickly turns into a sound of surprise.
Amber, look!
He points past my face and out the window. An orderly in a little hatchback sedan has stopped to let us out. The two of us wave at her as we finally lumber onto the road itself.
Yay! I'm glad somebody was nice at least.
Yeah. Still a long way to go, though.
The long line of cars extends as far as I can see, before it finally goes out of sight around a bend in the road.
Why do you think it's so much busier here than the other places we've been?
I mean, Arches, like unlike the other two, Arches is like kind of a huge tourist spot, I'd imagine.
Arches is one of the most popular national parks.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, when you think of parks in the U.S., you think of Arches and the Grand Canyon and Yosemite, and that kind of thing. So I think a lot of people will be at those big spots.
Think it'll be like Shiprock again?
I mean, if I recall, the traffic at Shiprock wasn't as bad for you girls, so this is probably worse.
What, with the megaphone and law enforcement?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Probably not. These parks are a lot bigger and more spread out. Way harder to have people watching. The only option would to be straight up close.
And then you have horrible people who sneak in and out of bounds anyway.
Wow. It's a good thing you don't know any horrible people who did that.
Yeah, exactly. Who would ever do that?
Nobody we know, that's for sure.
It's okay. Once we're filthy rich, we can make a donation to the canyon or something.
Let's just buy the canyon and pay to have everything reconstructed.
Perfect.
It takes a while, but we finally make it past all the stoplights. After that, it's still slow going, but at least it's steady. Maybe 15 minutes pass crawling through town before things start to pick up. Still a couple of miles away, I can finally see the exit for the park itself. Some people continue past, stay on the highway, but most are in line for arches. At least there's a whole lane for people like us. Traffic is congested like mine knows in winter, but the end is in sight.
May as well get comfy. We're gonna be here a while.
Taking my advice, Marina leans back and props her feet up on the dash. Her dress bunches up by her knees, leaving most of her legs exposed. I sneak a few guilty glances from the corner of my eye. If I didn't know better, I'd think that all the skin she shows is intentional. But it's Marina, which means she's not even conscious about this stuff. Or me, for that matter. I wonder if she knows that I'm into her. To distract myself, I grabbed the box of tapes. I kept the music off earlier so that Marina could sleep.
Wanna pick this time?
Sure.
Sitting in her lap, she begins to rummage through the bin. I'm pretty sure that she knows all the music I have by now. We've listened to every tape at least once. I have an okay feel for what she likes and what she doesn't. Sometimes she taps her fingers to the beat or hums along when she likes what we're listening to. If she doesn't, she flat out ignores it. What she settles on is an album of instrumental folk songs. Very stereotypical Western sounding. It's a little high energy for just sitting still in traffic, but that's alright. It's better than nothing. We just listen to the music, which I've cranked up loud while we wait. Cranked it like Soulja Boy. How do I always wind up saying that phrase every game I stream? Was my session with Soulja Boy? Something's wrong with me. The album is nearly half over by the time we finally make it through the park gates. Beyond them, traffic mercifully lets up some. Not because there are fewer cars. There are more cars than rocks to be seen. But a lot of those are pulled off on the shoulder, or cramped into parking lots. Nearly every inch of pavement that doesn't have a car on it has a person instead. Also, there are different trails and forks in the road, so not everyone is going in the same direction now. Being able to drive without having to tap the brakes every couple seconds is a relief. A pickup truck towing a trailer pulls off the shoulder ahead and back onto the road, so I take his spot. Putting in park, I take a swig of stone cold coffee.
Wanna grab the pamphlets?
We snagged a couple brochures back at the diner. They don't have a whole lot of info, but they're a starting point. Oh, A Miner's Journey, I forgot about that book. Miner retrieves them and spreads them out on the table like puzzle pieces. Alongside them is a journal. Its spine has lost all strength, the pages just flop around.
So, the journal says that it's buried between two things.
Right, but something out of the way.
Staring at the windshield and to the expanses beyond, there's a lot that can be considered out of the way.
It'd have to be something memorable. Or else he'd come back and have no idea where to go.
And anything memorable is probably gonna be something popular, right?
Exactly, yeah.
She flips through some of the pamphlets. They all have the same information on the same landmarks, just with slightly different pictures.
Wait,
She is about to toss one of them, but it catches my eye.
hand me that.
Marina passes over the brochure, and I turn to one of the inner pages. There's only one picture and a longer paragraph of text. I read aloud.
One of the most famous landmarks in all of the park, Double Arch is a fan favorite. Recognizable for its two elegant curves. Double Arch can be accessed via a short hike and is open to exploration.
Yeah, did you mention that was one of the more popular ones? So it's probably picked clean by now. I hope the flyer so she can see the picture. It's of two huge arches of stone, connected at one side, but otherwise perpendicular from each other. She snatches it out of my hands for a closer look, nearly cutting my fingers.
Oh my god, you think it's between the two of these?
That makes sense, right? You definitely remember how it looks, and it's kind of out of the way.
The papers whiz past my face as Marina hurls them backwards and she points forward.
Choo-choo, full steam ahead!
Okay, the choo-choo is cute, I'll give you that. I throw the RV back to drive and pull out onto the road again. There are signs everywhere for Double Arch, so we don't need the map that we got at the gate. We passed signs for other landmarks too. Some with pretty weird names. There's a parade of elephants for one thing, which is the same direction as Hamrock. I'm curious about those, actually. Let's see, parade of elephants, arches. Oh, I see what they call it, parade of elephants. That's cute. It's like a bunch of like little stone arches that are kind of weirdly shaped like elephants. That's really cute, actually. What about Hamrock? This is like actually kind of like one of the things I do like about Highway Blossoms is like actually learning about like some of these landmarks I don't really know much about. Oh, I see what they call it, Hamrock too. It looks like a little hunk of ham. Kinda precarious looking though. That looks like they could fall over and crush someone if it gets jostled the wrong way. A little scary actually. There's even a phallic sounding rock simply called the Organ. Well, I gotta look up the Organ. Let's see. The Organ Arches National Park. Oh, that's not phallic at all. I don't get why it's called the Organ, though. Like, it doesn't quite look like a church organ or anything. I mean, maybe that would be my guess, but yeah, it's not phallic at all. Get your mind out of the gutter, Amber. All those are down exits we don't take. Instead, we soon end up in the back of yet another traffic jam. Yep. Marina stares out the window as we creep along. Where we are right now is nearly indistinguishable from the highways we've spent so much time on. There are a few actual arches around, but not distinct enough to get any real attention. Inch by inch, we advance down the road until we finally come to the parking lot for Double Arch. Only problem is, it's totally full. Not just busy, but packed. Every parking spot is taken, with a few cars jammed in an empty space that's clearly not meant for that. Like lice, people swarm up and down the arch itself, visible even from the road. At least this time it isn't off limits.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
I mean, hey, it's like Amber said earlier, Double Arch is definitely one of the more popular ones.
Don't sound so glum. We can still go take a look.
And yeah, I mean, you're here anyway. Might as well take in the sights, right?
If we can ever find somewhere to park.
Yeah, that is a pretty big if.
Yeah. The entire caravan passes by the parking lot. There's at least a dozen cars behind me, too. Maybe a half mile up the road, we come across another lot.
Up for a bit of walking?
Yeah.
I quickly take one of the remaining spaces. There are a few openings here. Looks like most people weren't as willing to walk as Marina is. I don't know why I had so much trouble reading that there for a second. Some of the cars pull up behind us too. Oh, hey, yeah, that's Hamrock. That was one I saw. We opt to leave the metal detector and other equipment in the RV for now. If we see anything that looks promising, we can come back and grab it. Why are they showing Hamrock, though? I thought we were at Double Arch. The walk back up to Double Arch doesn't take long, and it is nice to be outdoors again. We have to stick to the very edge of the road to avoid the stream of cars flowing towards us. It seems there was more than a dozen behind us after all. There's a short hike from the Double Arch parking lot to the arch itself. It's an easy one, and we don't even break a sweat. Up close, it's obvious that there aren't many people here just to see the sights. Almost everyone is carrying a shovel or other tool. There's a pair of park rangers watching, but they don't seem to be intervening at all. They just slouch against a wooden fence looking defeated.
Can you imagine how big of celebrities we'd be if anyone here knew we found this shipwrecked treasure?
I whisper as quietly as I can to Marina.
Right? I was thinking about that earlier. I kinda wanted to show off, but that's probably not a good idea.
Really not. People get very, very crazy when it comes to stuff like this. And Lord knows some of these people finding treasure are probably not the most stable.
Like anyone would believe us anyway. But you don't want to have your face all over the New York Times as one of the girls who found the treasure?
Being in the local newspaper is on my bucket list.
Dream big, Marina.
And my friends from school would totally have a heart attack when they found out. But don't they always say to keep it a secret if you win the lottery?
They do, actually, because, yeah, again, people get weird when they know you have money. It's strange. Well, not strange, it's predictable, but... yeah, it's not something I recommend. Okay, I'm going to check something, because I noticed... my normal auto notifications aren't going off in chat today, and that's a little unusual. It's not a huge deal, but I do find it a little odd I haven't seen anything pop up yet. Yeah, a couple of those should have gone off by now. That's strange. Maybe I like re-enable them and re-enable them. Not the end of the world if they don't, but... oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, I probably just need to refresh them or something. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, people will never leave you alone. You'll get all sorts of messages from people you used to know or long-lost relatives.
I have enough not lost relatives to deal with. Plus, I don't want to get kidnapped and held for ransom or something like that. What about you?
No way. I'm just gonna quietly retreat into one of my 3 mansions when all this is over.
Oh, also, I may ask if anyone's else paying attention. Let me know if ads start playing or something as well.
You're only gonna buy 3?
Okay, I accidentally didn't mean to click that, but that also works out as a perfect transition for 3, because I was messing around with ad settings. My plan is I want to try and get the habit of like pre-rolling ads and then also like taking a short break whenever ads start playing so that people don't miss any of the game or anything. So if anyone does get ads, let me know, because that way I know that what I set up is not working and I can look into it more. Hopefully what I set up is working and I should get a notification before an ad break starts. But let me know.
Yeah, gotta save the rest for my 14 new motorhomes after all.
Oh my god, a whole fleet. She giggles. Yeah. She giggles.
Do I get to drive one of them?
Why not? But you could buy your own, you know.
No way! I'll just come bother you if I need one.
We've gotten as close to the archers as we can. The mob of sweaty people is too thick for us to push our way through. There are dozens of people sweeping over the dusty ground with metal detectors. Hanging back around the edge, Marina's smile fades away quickly.
Yeah, this is a bit of a mess.
You know, I feel like for a national park there, maybe have, like, people monitoring this a little bit more heavily, huh? People jostle and push each other out of the way. It's hard to believe anyone is actually prospecting so much as they are just trying not to lose their spot.
Maybe we should come back later?
I don't know if he'll be any better later, but maybe.
I guess. Though if the treasure is here, I feel like someone would have found it by now.
Just like back at Canyon de Chalet.
You know, this must have been going on for a few days now.
Yeah.
All the enthusiasm she had just a minute ago when we were joking around has evaporated in the desert sun. A rock skips past my foot as she kicks at the dirt. I poke her and she yelps in surprise.
Hey now, I'm not saying we give up. I'm just saying we regroup and strategize. We can go see the rest of the park in the meantime.
Exactly, take in the sights. Go to the places where there aren't like a million people clamoring about.
Didn't you say you've wanted to see this place for a while?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, like take a negative and turn to a positive. It's obvious that she's still bummed, but there's nothing I can do about that. Once we're back in the motorhome, we leave the busy main road ASAP and spend a while seeing the sights from our air-conditioned comfort. Maria's mood improves steadily throughout the day, counteracted only by our growing hunger. As we pull back into Moab, we're both ravenous. You have food.
Wanna just heat up our leftovers?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Guessing that's a no.
I'm not ready for pancakes again yet. I need a day or maybe a week.
Let me know if you see somewhere you want me to stop.
Now it's approaching evening. There aren't any more massive traffic jams going through Moab. We can cruise through at a steady pace, just like when we first got into Arches. Until I slam on the brakes. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna check one other thing right here really quick. Oh man, this is kind of why I didn't want to mess with this tonight, because I knew it would distract me a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna get this open on the side just in case, yeah.
You're kidding me.
Oh, is it the family of three again? Marna had been slouching, but bolts up right at the sudden stop.
What happened?
Just a few feet ahead, in the parking lot of the diner we had this morning, is Mariah's motorhome. Yep, our lovely friends.
Look at that. It's them.
I point and Marna leans forward. When she recognizes their RV, she grins.
Should we go see them?
What? No way! That's extra reason to avoid that place.
Oh, you're friends. You like them. Don't even deny at this point. Sure, you might. You're like frenemies. It's like you're rivals. You kind of annoy each other, but you still somehow enjoy each other's company.
But Amber, maybe we could see about teaming up for the treasure here or something.
That'd never happen. Mariah would rather lose every time than have our help.
That's a fair point, but you never know. You could still ask.
Besides, it's not like...
They're gonna spot you, aren't they?
Please.
Alright, giving up in my head. I give Marina one last desperate look.
Seriously?
Yeah, even if we don't team up, it'd be nice to see them again.
Not sure if nice is the word I'd use.
Oh, they're nice. Well, okay, Mariah's kinda a little up her own ass still, but the other two are nice. Despite my muttering, I flick my blinker and change lanes, pulling into the parking lot yet again. Like this morning, it seems pretty busy. I had to park next to Mariah's RV because it's the only open spot large enough. Marina skips out and towards the entrance while I trudge behind her. It doesn't take long to find the trio. Even amongst all the eccentric people that the hunt has drawn, their questionable fashion sense stands out. They have a large table near the back, bigger than the one Marina and I ate this morning. Joseph and Tess share a bench while Mariah is spread across the opposite side. It's probably supposed to look sultry, but it comes across more like the bench is devouring her. That's a funny mental image, actually. When she sees them, Marina scurries to the back, hand raised in greeting. I bring up the rear, still slow, still reluctant. I mean, hey, I get it too. Social interaction is training.
Hey, guys!
Hey, girl. I still can't get over how much Joseph looks like Lavi from frickin' D. Gray Man. You know, honestly, I could probably even, like, give an example. Hold on. He really reminds me of Lavi from D. Gray Man. Like it's not. It can't just be me, right? Like, hold on. This is important. This is very important to me that I immortalize this. Actually, find a good pic. You know what? That's a good enough picture. Well, is it a good enough picture? Does it really say Lavi? You know, now that you're looking a little bit more closely, maybe he doesn't remind me of Lavi, actually. Lavi has, like, kind of a bit more unruly hair, and he's got the eye patch. Maybe I just kind of forgot what Lavi looks like. Maybe it's a sign I should, like, reacquaint myself with D. Gray Man, because it has been a while, huh? Yes, quite... Yeah, well, actually, the more I look at this, the more I realize he kind of doesn't look that much like Lavi, actually. Now I feel like a fool, actually. I'm gonna... Yeah, we're gonna bench that observation. Tess and Joseph both wave, the latter smiling when he sees us. Mariah looks surprised for a second, but then scowls and turns towards the wall. The feeling is mutual, bitch.
Hey, imagine running into you two here. Just get into town?
Nope, we've been here all day. We actually ate breakfast at this place this morning.
Yeah, you're always a couple steps behind us, I guess.
Oh no, don't be catty, be nice. Mariah, my throat's not there. Mariah's glare is stonier than Double Arch itself. But of course, she keeps looking at the wall instead of us. Joseph laughs, though.
Here, let's break bread.
He and Tess go down the booth, making some room which Mariah promptly fills. You're gonna force Amber and Mariah to sit together. That is diabolical. I'm left next to the smoldering fury that is Mariah. She moves her leg, just a little, but enough for me to sit down.
Thanks. Sorry to barge in on you guys like this.
It's no problem. More the merrier.
See, again, like Joseph's a cool dude. I like Joseph. Like, he's really chill. He rolls with the punches. Like, Joseph's a friend. We can call Joseph a friend to our lovely heroines here. Test tube. Mariah's, like, reluctant, right? Like, I feel like by the end of this journey, Mariah's gonna, like, begrudgingly admit to being our friend, but also, like, she's still not gonna, like, fully commit to the bit and still be kind of, like, a little hateful.
I hope you don't expect us to cover your bill.
Groaning, Joe puts his hand over Tess's ears.
Would you at least try not to be a pain in the ass between the hours of 5 p.m. and 6 in the morning? It would make my life a lot easier.
He covers Tess's ears and gives us a blank look.
She's right, though. There's no way we can afford that.
We had to dine and dash for breakfast.
Oh no. Oh no, they're lawbreakers.
So what about you? How long have you been here?
We got in around lunchtime. Spent forever and a half stuck in traffic, though.
He sounds worn out. I wonder if Mariah ever lets him drive. Or makes him.
Us too. We were gonna look around Double Arch, but it was too busy.
Yeah, we took one look at it and just kept driving. Didn't even want to try it.
Sis said anyone who bothered to get out was a
You weren't supposed to hear that!
Oh, I see. I see. So Joseph is mindful of his language, but Mariah not so much.
I told you, this girl hears everything. Anyway, we were thinking about heading back this evening. See if it maybe cleared out some.
Okay. So I thought I had set up correctly, but it does look like the ad stuff isn't working as I wanted it to. Because it's not giving me a kind of... Because I did set up to like kind of notify me every hour or so, but we've been going for an hour and gotten no notifications. So what I'm going to do... Oh, it's not even giving me the option to. Okay, hold on. I'm going to see if I can like force an ad break really quick. Maybe I need to do that for it to like the things actually take effect. And then... Yeah, so if this goes how I want it to, this should force a 3-minute ad break. Which I will be going AFK for, so no missing the game or anything. Then I'm going to try to see if I can force that, and maybe that'll kind of kickstart the other stuff into working. We'll see though. I'm trying to like make the ad experience a lot less restrictive and more seamless, so... But yeah, I'll see. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll take like a quick 3-minute break, see if I can force the ads, and we'll come right back. That's where I think it is. I think pre-roll ads are to say. Oh, okay. So yeah, that should be on ad now. Then I'll be right back. Okay, so I believe if that went how I wanted to, that should have actually done... We should be back from ads now. And again, I do apologize for... It's not... I kind of hear that ads are kind of an unnecessary evil on Twitch. But I definitely do want to start taking steps to kind of better... At least control them. You know? But apparently, you need to have like at least 3 minutes of ads to like really control them. Quiet you. But yeah. But hopefully by like kind of like controlling when the ads play and putting a pause and free rolls, hopefully that'll just kind of keep the ads from playing at inopportune times. So I don't know. I do want to actively start playing around and try to control stuff more. It does be I'll probably be taking fewer breaks from streaming in the long term, but I'm hoping that like by controlling when the ads play and forcing them at certain times, I can at least like not have it interrupt like the gameplay part of things for what people actually want to watch, you know? I don't know. There's still time and room to figure it out, but I do intend to figure it out. Anyway, enough waxing poetic. We got Yuri to read.
We were gonna do that too. I was telling Amber that we should see if maybe you guys wanted to team up and we could look together.
And Mariah shuts it down.
No.
That was a lot more abrupt than I thought. The two of us looking at each other. Seems all that we ever agree on is not sticking together.
No offense to you, Joe. Just didn't want to, you know.
I trail off, trying to think of any excuses, and didn't want to deal with Mariah, which is the truth. But Joseph just laughs and waves it off.
Nah, I get what you mean. Don't think Mariah would be too fond of splitting the goods either.
Mariah frowns, but perks back up after just a second. Suna, waitress, comes to take our order. Mariah and I are careful to order meals on the smaller side. Just sandwiches with fries. On the other hand, Mariah's order comes with a bunch of requirements as to what can and can't be on it. Oh god, she's one of those. She's one of those people who comes into like a simple diner and orders like a Michelin star meat, or in her eyes, a Michelin star meal that has like 50 different customizations on it. Oh god, I'm so sorry. By the time she's made so many substitutions and extras, it hardly resembles the item described in the menu.
So, I can tell you ladies that it's not at the Parade of Elephants, and Delicate Arch was a no-go too. Think we might try Skyline next.
Good luck, I guess. I wonder how many of those the miner would have known about, though. Pretty sure this park wasn't founded till after the gold rush.
Joseph shrugs.
Amber knows a lot about these places. She's like an encyclopedia.
No, she's just well traveled. I can feel my face flush like always when she praises me.
Not really. I just know bits and pieces.
Still, something to be proud of. Aren't too many girls your age who care about anything that happened more than 5 years ago.
It's really nothing special. I just spent a lot of time on the road when I was younger.
That's so.
I appreciate his leaving it as an open-ended question rather than prying. Marina looks at me eyes wide, probably to see if I'm about to cry or something. Is this where we like start to learn about each other? Is this where like we kind of learn a little bit more about like each other's past? We kind of have an awkward bonding moment over it. I try to be nonchalant.
Yeah, until I was in middle school. My grandpa used to drive me all over the country.
Sounds like a fun time.
It was. He,
Guess there's no point in hiding it. Plus, Joseph has this kind of disarming air to him. Like he exudes calmness.
passed away a little while ago. Still a little...
I tap my throat, hoping that gets my point across. It does. Joseph nods.
I'm sorry for your loss. I know how hard that can be.
Thanks.
Marina's eyes flick between me and Joseph. She must be pretty worried. So I force a smile, even though I can feel that growing glumness that shows up anytime I talk about Gramps.
Meeting this dork has helped a lot, though.
I jerk my chin towards Marina, who looks shocked. As if I could have been talking about anyone else.
It's been a while moping around before that.
Family is good.
I blink. It's easy to forget she's there.
Yeah, definitely.
I hadn't really thought of it before, but Tess seems to be in a similar situation I was. Growing up on the go and all. I'm curious how it happened, but I won't ask. Not my place. Far off look steeps onto Joe's face. He stares out the window like he's gazing at something 100 yards away. Mariah glances up at him. For a split second, if that. She moves a little concerned. But that's right back to business as usual. She leers over at me and shoves herself back into the conversation.
So what are you going to do?
Way to kill the mood, man.
Huh?
When all this is over?
She gestures around.
Dinner?
No, dumbass! I meant the treasure hunt! Forget it. I don't actually care.
Don't know yet. Mare and I have been kind of talking about that.
Oh, you gave her a nickname. You're bonding so much.
She's gonna buy 3 mansions.
Yeah, that. I'll have plenty of time to figure stuff out in my mansions.
3 of us chuckle, but then the conversation trails off. Tess and Marina are working on coloring Tess's menu. From what I can see, it has different characters than the one this morning. They look like they make a good team. Each of them work on separate pictures, but switch from time to time. So Marina will color the hair on one character, then Tess colors the clothes. Despite not talking at all, they don't ever get in each other's way. Joseph also observes from above, smiling slightly. He's usually the one to play with Tess, so it must be nice for her to have some company. On the other hand, like a jug of milk, Mariah's mood seems to be getting more and more sour. I don't even know what she's mad about this time. Maybe something happened before we showed up. Or maybe it's because we showed up. Either way, she ought to have memorized every single detail of the wall she's been staring at this entire time. She doesn't look up until her food arrives a little bit later. Oh, that's a lot of food. Oh, it's like steak and Okay, the steak with the broccoli mashed potatoes does look pretty good. Oh, grilled cheese with tomato soup? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not a big soup person. Tomato soup is, like, oddly one of the few soups I can stomach. Normally, I don't really care for soup too much myself. It's strange, but them's the breaks. It's a good thing we have a large table because there's still hardly any room left once all the plates are set down. I can't tell. Are those like chicken wings? I can't really tell. My sandwich is so big it takes 2 hands to hold. I don't have enough fries to sustain Ireland for the winter. When Marina picks up her sandwich, all the ingredients pour out the back. She quickly gives up trying to reconstruct it and just uses a knife and fork instead. Watching the other 3 is amusing too. Joseph chews with slow, measured bites, whereas Mariah attacks her meal like it owes her money. Across burn, Tess is cutting up chicken tenders with surgical precision. Oh, or is that what those are? Chicken tenders. Okay, I was close. Marina catches me staring and smiles at me covertly. It seems she knows too. Mariah's the first to finish eating. I'm just a couple bites behind. That's embarrassing. I wasn't even aware it was a race. She wipes her face with a napkin, then finally looks at me.
Where are you two staying?
It could be an innocent question, or it could be a trap.
Around. We'll find a parking lot somewhere.
You thieves are gonna have a late start then.
I guess. Don't tell me you planned ahead and got a campsite.
Don't be stupid. Of course not.
We stole a house. We kicked the inhabitants out. It's ours now.
Like, that's not what I meant.
I scoff as she backtracks to keep from insulting herself.
What I mean is, there's no way they're gonna bother checking every single permit. There's too much going on right now. Just pick a nice spot out of the way, don't make trouble, and it'll be fine.
Joe flatly stares at Mariah.
Easier said than done.
Good luck with that. I don't want to take the risk.
On foot, if you're trespassing and get caught, most of the time you'll just get thrown out. But I don't want our license plate getting written down or something if we were to do what she suggests. Mariah shrugs.
Suit yourself. Don't say I didn't never try to help you.
Didn't ever.
I wasn't going to comment on it, but thank you, Des.
You ever camp here before, Amber? Sounded like you know the place.
Long time ago. I don't remember a whole lot. Just good at remembering names, I guess.
Useful skill to have.
Yeah. Used to be before we'd go anywhere. Gramps and I would research the place we were going. History and stuff like that.
You sure learned a lot of useful stuff from him, huh?
Yep. Always wanted to make him proud. He used to say I was a real chip off the...
My words catching my throat. Not because I'm emotional, but because I just realized something. Remembered it, rather. Mariah and Joe know it too. Mine and Mariah's eyes lock and she bolts up at my words. The other look confused.
We're leaving!
Oh, did that just make something click? Mariah spins through the door without paying and nearly yank Mariah and his arm out of his socket as we run to the exit. Other diners turn to watch us, but I barely notice them.
What the heck?
You just dined and dashed. Your voice is shaking from being jolted around.
I know where the treasure is.
You do. I yell behind me as I turn to look and see the trio exit the restaurant close behind us. Joe's carrying Tess on his back.
I know where it is.
I say it again to assure myself. We reached the motorhome seconds after Mariah and her crew reaches theirs. I practically hurl Marina up and into her spot before I leap into my own. Dude, you gotta pay for your food. I guess it's like a crazy, like you just had some crazy revelation. Okay. You had a crazy revelation. Does Mariah know as well? I am bothering to buckle up. I hurry towards the road. Less than a minute and we're already falling behind. Watch Mariah's taillights as she speeds up the road. Horn blaring to scare away the cars, unfortunate enough to be in her lane. I'm going as fast as I dare to, worried about cops that could be lurking around one of the bends in the road. I can't let her out of my sights. There's no room to pass yet, but I have to watch for an opportunity. With one hand, Marina clutches the headrest bar of her seat. She leans over and past my face, nearly caused me to swear from shock. Dude, poor Marina looks like traumatized here.
What are you...
She grabs my seatbelt and buckles me in. Then she does the same for herself. Be safe, kids.
Okay, now that we're at least not gonna die if you hit something, can you tell me what exactly is happening?
She sounds a little frantic and a little curious.
Okay, so do you remember Balanced Rock?
It was one of the places that we visited early today, but it's one of the spots that's on posters and in lots of ads.
I think so, or at least hearing about it.
There used to be another really famous rock right next to it. Smaller, but a similar shape and everything. They called it Chip Off the Old Block.
What do you mean, used to be?
I was getting to that. A long time ago, like 50 years or something, it fell. Now you can't even tell it apart from the rest of the rocks on the ground.
Oh.
50 years. So that was...
Her eyes go wide in understanding, a fact which I look away from Mariah's rear to take in.
So it was still standing when the miner came through.
Yeah, exactly. I'll bet you anything he hid the treasure between Balanced Rock and what used to be Chip.
I look over again to smile at her, only to see genuine admiration and awe in her face. Her eyes are wide and her mouth slightly open. Like always, I can't look at her for too long, or it starts to make me uncomfortable. Nothing I've said or done is that impressive. Even Mariah knew about Chip. But instead of saying my praises again, she just faces ahead with a little smile. Then her face crumples up.
Amber!
I see it.
A semi has begun pulling out into the road ahead of us. There's no passing lanes, so I can't get around him that way.
Damn it!
I tap the brakes since I'll have to stop and wait for him to get onto the highway. Ahead, I can still see Mariah, but just barely. A few of the cars between us have exited, but her lead has grown. And so I make a quick, reckless decision.
Hold on to something.
What are you?
I don't wait for her to finish her question since she grabs onto her seat and she asks it. To answer, I yank the wheel to the left and into the other lane, even though it's a no-pass zone. Headlights far ahead are speeding towards us, maybe a quarter mile away. You insane creature, you. Getting closer. A concrete bar prevents me from going any further to the left. I smash the gas pedal to the floor, putting all my weight onto it. Marina begins to moan with dread at the oncoming car. It's a wordless sound, or maybe the start of my name. My heart is in my throat and I can feel beads of sweat on my forehead. One slides down to my eye, but I can't wipe it away. We're even with the semi now, who seems to be stopping. Probably noticed me and is waiting for me to complete my illegal pass. The car ahead of us is close enough that I can see it in our headlight beams. It's a maroon SUV. They're braking as they approach. But I'm still accelerating, going so fast I couldn't stop in time even if I wanted to. Like a missile, we shoot forward. I'm at least double the speed limit right now. Dear God, when do you get so reckless, Amber? We come even with the front of the semi, which is hardly rolling. The SUV has come to a complete stop, but there's barely any room between it and the semi now. And then, suddenly, we're past the cab of the truck. I wrenched the wheel to the right, hard right, throwing us back into our own lane. We zoom past the stopped SUV, who gives me a well-deserved horn blaring. The passing sound of the semi's horn also booms behind us. But it doesn't matter because we're okay. We didn't die. Not yet. A need to breathe hits me, and I realize that I've been holding it in. I sigh, adrenaline still coursing through me.
Oh my God! Amber!
Her voice cracks and she starts to laugh. Hysterically. I do too, laughing with anxiety the last half minute. It felt like much longer. And it's not entirely over yet.
Don't get too comfy.
Her hands shoot back to where she was hanging on.
Uh-oh.
Just in her head, Mariah still has a lead, but it's shrinking quickly. I wonder if she saw how I caught up. Jamming the gas pedal down again, I start to narrow the distance even more. She takes the exit for Arches just a few seconds ahead of me. We blaze through the entry point, flashing our passes at rangers who barely have time to check them. Even in the darkness, there are lots of people on the sides of the road. I wonder if anyone else has had the same realization we did about Chip. Mariah's starting to gain ground again, so I mash the accelerator further down. But her motorhome is newer than mine, and it's hard for me to keep up. Okay, I know like this is crazy stuff going on right now, but it just occurred to me, chip off the old block arches. Is that actually a thing? It is in fact actually a thing, huh? Balance strap. Oh. No, yeah, that actually is a thing. Yeah, it's like something that kind of came off a balanced rock. That's actually really cool. They have like a before and after image. That's really cool, actually. it's like not that different. It's like a subtle difference. There's like a tiny little piece missing, but that's still kind of cool. Again, I really love the research that go into this game. Yeah, chip off the old block. It's like it's one of those things I love. It's like the game is like grounded in reality to an extent, because obviously I doubt there's like actually some treasure out there or something, right? But it's nice how like there's actual research and like information that went into like all these locations. I appreciate that a lot. Anyway, if I'm going to beat her there, I'll have to do it soon. I checked to make sure that Marion is still holding on tight. She is. Just a few feet behind Mariah's RV, I illegally swing into the other lane yet again. Oh no, I love like things that are grounded in reality. Strange as it may sound, like it's just fun to learn about new stuff as you go along. Oh, that is anime as all hell. This is even more risky because of the way the road curves all over the canyon. The oncoming car could round a bend and completely blindside us. I hope that doesn't happen. Sure would stink. By pushing the RV to its absolute limits, I'm able to break even with Mariah. Looking over, I can see a wild flare in her eyes, hair disheveled. Her expression changes to one of shock when she notices us beside her. I relish in the look of disbelief as I nudge the wheel to the right. There's a god-awful scraping as the motorhome brushes against Mariah's. Her eyes, as well as Marina's, widened. Seconds after we pull apart, Mariah's vehicle lurches towards us, and again there's a sound that makes me want to rip my ears off. I fight to keep control of the motorhome and stay on the road. Awestruck bystanders watch as we pass by, but I hardly register them. Still neck and neck, we continue toward Balanced Rock. Through insane luck or divine intervention or something, the road ahead is clear. I won't try to shove them off the road again, because there are now steep drop-offs that could actually be fatal. I don't want to be a murderer, man. But I do have to do something to gain an edge. Just arriving seconds before her isn't enough. The sign, visible for just a split second, informs us that there are 5 miles to Balanced Rock. What might have been an error for an exit has been scuffed to illegibility. Maybe that's our chance. Up ahead, barely illuminated by a flickering lamp, the road splits into 2 directions. The sign in the middle is smashed and folded in on itself, probably the result of someone's reckless driving. One of these paths leads to Balanced Rock, but I don't know which. I'm willing to bet Mariah doesn't either, though. From Mariah's window, I can see Mariah shoot me one final death glare before they rocket off down the exit. We can stay on the other branch, though I'm back in the proper lane now. Just kinda hope it's the right branch. Oh, literally like the 50-50 coin flip. Well, even then, like, you still gotta find it when you get there. As I start to calm down yet again, I realize my legs are shaking. Marina cranes around to watch Mariah's vehicle, which is quickly disappearing into the murk. Once it's fully out of sight, she turns back to me, her face as white as her knuckles. Girl, do you realize how many laws we've broken in the past 5 minutes?
You okay?
Guilt stabs me. I may have seriously traumatized her. With 2 incidents. Within minutes of each other. After taking a deep breath, she unclenches her fists.
Can we never, ever do that again? That was insane. Super insane. Like, oh my god. I thought I was gonna die. Wait.
Hold up. Maybe I have died. Maybe I have gone to heaven. Dear Lord.
Did we die?
Wait, no, I was joking. No, you're fine. You're alive, girl. Don't worry about it.
Am I just imagining this now?
No, you're alive. See, you're here. I'll like punch you in the face. That's what you do to show someone they're not dreaming, right? You just like punch them in the face. You like pull out like a battle axe and cleave them in half. Yeah, that's how that works.
I don't think you could imagine stuff if you were dead, kid.
I'm gonna start using that line.
That's the kind of thing a dead person would say. Like in that one movie where it was all about that guy who could talk to dead people, except
Hey, don't you go spoiling that.
Fine. I'm 90% sure we're not dead then.
okay. Okay. 90%.
Oh, it's a 1 in 10.
That's not bad. And being a ghost might be kind of cool too. You could spy on people without them ever knowing.
Dude, I need to introduce you to my homie Abigail. She could tell you all about being a ghost.
I'll
It was your
keep that
birthday
in mind
recently.
if there's ever someone I want to haunt.
Our voices are shaky, even though our conversation isn't serious. I keep checking the rear view, expecting to see the headlights of Mariah's approaching vengeance. But so far, we're in the clear. Each passing minute that we don't see the rock itself, though, makes me worry that we took the wrong turn. We're on the verge of turning around and tailing Mariah. Another sign suddenly looms up ahead of us. We reach Balanced Rock. I slow down as we approach the parking area. While not empty, there are far fewer people here than there were at Double Arch earlier today. A good number of them look like they might just be sightseers, since they're standing around talking or looking at the stars instead of searching. Parking is easy, since there are a lot of open spaces. When I stand up, my legs wobble. I stumble, grabbing Marina's shoulder for support. She smiles at me, but doesn't say anything. Oh yeah, you're having that post-adrenaline crash. No more jokes to crack. It's time to get serious. We grab our equipment and hurry out into the night air. Solid ground feels foreign after the rocketing motorhome. This must be what it feels like to return from a voyage at sea. Marina, the landlubber, doesn't seem to be having any trouble now that we're not barreling along the highway. The spring in her step has returned, and I worry that she's going to bang the metal detector against the ground as she half walks, half skips. Some of the other people watch us go, but no one follows or says anything. They probably assume we're just the next in the line of failures. A line which must be pretty long given how much trash and misplaced earth there is around here. Pangs of guilt remind me yet again of the broken brick at Canyon de Chalet, and I make my umpteenth resolution to be more careful. Just ahead, Marina's come to a stop. Head tilted back, I can tell she's admiring Balanced Rock. Okay, I now understand why they were showing Balanced Rock. Also, interestingly enough, by the way, because I did look at Balanced Rock and Chip. That is like a drawing of Balanced Rock, which I now understand why they showed that earlier. But interestingly enough, that's actually a drawing of Balanced Rock before Chip broke off, actually. I think you can see my mouse cursor, right? Yeah. So you see my mouse cursor? So that little part I'm circling right there is actually the part that broke off. I think everything to the right here, to the left here, is just gone in Modern Images. That's still kind of interesting though. I'm glad I'm actually kind of looking into these things as we go along, because again, it's just so really fascinating to learn about it. It's certainly an impressive view. Someday I'd like to take her back to all these places we've gone, but without the pressure of treasure hunt rushing us. Just take in the sights. I'd slow my steps a little so I can keep watching her from behind. Maybe sensing me, she spins around in waves.
Hurry up!
Yelling, even though I'm close enough to hear her normal volume level. I pick up the pace once more.
So where was Chip?
I ate him.
Over there, to the right.
There's a large stone wall besides Balanced Rock itself with a short slope between them.
It was right at the edge of that little hill.
So where that pile of rocks is now?
Yep, that's the spot.
You can't tell that there used to be anything there. but I've seen pictures in the atlases Gramps kept around or in the history books he liked to read. Compared to balanced rock, chip off the old block looked tiny, but it was actually a decent size. There's a pile of stones at the base. They're probably Chip's remains. They're indistinguishable from the rest of the red rocks, though. Some are as big as my head, or even bigger. It's hard to tell if anyone else has picked through here, but since there aren't any shovel marks or holes, I'm guessing not.
Where do we start?
I think for a moment.
First, let's get the easy stuff out of the way. You go check that side with the metal detector, and I'll check this one.
We sweep over the ground between the hill where Chip once stood and the massive stone wall beside it. Nothing.
Okay, that's pretty much what I expected.
I lean my metal detector against the wall and go back to the pile of rocks.
Just check over the places that I uncover, okay?
Marina nods, holding her detector at the ready. She reminds me of a surgeon about to perform an operation. I roll aside some of the rocks at my feet, but most are so big that I have to stoop down and use my hands. There are more of them now that... there are more of them than I thought, and I'm soon sweaty and sore.
Do you want any help?
Nah,
I'm panting.
just keep scanning.
Yeah, it's a good way to get your workout in for the day at least. She does so, dutifully retracing my steps. Still, nothing. After a couple minutes, I stand up and take a swig from a water bottle. Glad I remembered to bring them this time. Marina sits down her metal detector to do the same.
Do you think Tess and them are okay?
Why wouldn't they be?
Don't you think Mariah's gonna flip out when she realizes she took the wrong turn?
Oh, she absolutely will.
Probably. That's her fault, though.
And for all her faults, like, I don't think Mariah's gonna, like, take it out. Well, she might take it out on Joseph, but I don't think she'll take it out on Tess.
Not like you would have let her go down this side of the road.
Hey, I did what I had to do.
Uh-huh. But you're never going to do that again, okay?
If we get the next treasure too, I won't have to.
When we get it, you meanie.
Right. When?
Only one more to go after this. One more frantic search, and then I drain my water bottle and crumple it up before shoving it into my pocket.
Break's over. Back to work.
I pop my back and resume moving rocks out of the way. I've been working from the outer edge of the rock pile inwards since they're more concentrated in the center. Like a shadow, Marina continues to stick to me, going where I go. Nearly 10 minutes of uninterrupted shuffling pass. But now I'm expecting Mariah to have caught up or to get here soon. But she never arrives. Maybe she just gave up. Although, knowing Mariah, that's just wishful thinking. I've just finished moving a torso-sized rock when it happens. The metal detector begins to chirp, bright and earnest. Marina and I exchange a look, and I nod.
I'll get the shovel!
It's leaning up against the wall by the second metal detector. Marina grabs it and starts back towards me, and then doubles back to set her detector aside as well. I move to take a shovel from her, but she holds it away, shaking her head.
Nuh-uh. You moved all the rocks.
Yeah, but
She frowns at me, and I can tell this is an argument I won't win.
Okay. Be careful, though. Don't throw out your shoulder.
I know what I'm doing.
And she stabs at the ground like she's wielding a salad fork. I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I'm gonna be frank with you, I've never done any shoveling myself. It bounces off with a jolt.
You need to go at it with more of an angle, like you're trying to slide it into the ground.
Okay, that was a bad thing. Understood. I move behind her and adjust her arms a little. Her shoulders are damp with sweat, though I'm drenched with it. She tenses up when I first touch her, but relaxes almost immediately. It's enough to make me self-conscious, though, and I take a quick step back.
Sorry.
I'm mumbling.
Oh, no, you're fine. You just surprised me.
Her voice is higher than usual.
It's okay. You should have it now.
Nodding, Marina jabs at the ground again. She scoops out a little bit of dirt and dumps it aside. Watching her dig is painful. Either the ground is hard or she's not strong enough to make fast progress. Whatever the reason, it's slow going. But she refuses my repeated offer to take over, so with my hands on my hips, I watch as the hole very slowly gets deeper. She's reached a depth of maybe a foot or so when the shovel thumps against something that isn't dirt. Our eyes instantly meet. I stoop down and brush a little bit of dirt away from the shovel blade. Sure enough, I can feel rough wood just under my fingertips.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Another box. Now she forces a shovel towards me.
I don't want to mess it up.
Okay. Look out.
She sits back a couple feet, but leans forward to watch. I scrape the dirt around the spot that we hit, trying to find where the edges are. Once I reveal one corner, I start to dig off thin slices of dirt next to it. Soon the outline of the whole box is visible. I hear Marina sucking in a sharp breath. My heart is pounding with the same cautious excitement I felt at Shiprock. It hardly feels real, and yet, well, there's only a 10% chance I am dead, and it isn't. I lift the box out of the ground with the blade of the shovel, and Marina plucks it off. It makes a familiar rattling sound as she moves it. But I hold up a dirty finger to my lips.
Not yet.
Looking back towards the parking lot, I can't tell if anyone has seen us. Seen us dig and find the treasure.
Don't say anything until we get back to the car.
She's a quivering leaf of excitement, but she manages to keep her mouth mostly shut for now. But not before hissing out an excited Amber. Oh, that was bad. I'm never gonna try to do that again. I just smile, hoping that I look calm. Marina cradles the box in the crook of her arm like an infant, doing her best to keep it hidden from onlookers as we head back to the motorhome. She carries a shovel in her free hand while I have both metal detectors. I don't even notice the soreness in my arms. Though it's not the first time, the excitement of sitting down in front of the sealed box of gold feels fresh and new. This one feels heavier than the last, and rattles less. Like there's not as much empty space. Without being asked, Marina retrieves a screwdriver and a hammer that I've been using to smash the locks. She sets them down in front of me, but I offer them to her.
Care to do the honors?
You sure?
But she takes them.
Yeah, why not?
Her face lights up with a look of happiness that's worth more to me than gold. If I'd known it was that big a deal to her, I'd have let her do this back at Shiprock. It takes her a couple tries, but she bashes the lock off without even damaging the rest of the box. She looks to me to open it, but I shake my head.
Nope, that's all you.
But she shakes her head too.
We worked together to find it, so we'll open it together.
And she places her hand over mine, guiding it to the lid.
Ready?
Yeah.
She maneuvers my hand to flip the box open. Gold. It's full of dull-colored nuggets, like a moldy fast food meal. I take one out, bouncing my palm and feeling the heavy softness that's almost familiar by now. Then I pass it to Marina, who treats it with her usual reverence. She gently sets it back in the box and then smiles.
We're pretty good at this whole treasure hunting thing, huh?
I mean, hey, if there's like 4 locations, and at this point that's like 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I shut the box and nod.
Yeah, we're not bad.
Even when the box is closed, it radiates a heavy aura. One that's almost intimidating whenever I come near it. I do have an odd feeling, why did Mariah ever come calling? I place it in the drawer and seal it away, a sigh of relief following.
2 down, 1 to go.
Whoa, there's only one more piece left?
Kind of a surprisingly small treasure, actually. It kind of got built, it seemed like it was built to be more pieces, but...
I think so. There's only some experts writing about historical relevance after the next century.
Also, maybe there is more. There could be people who are just kind of like looking over and not thinking about it, but maybe if you dig deep enough, there is more than just this one. We'll see. Flopping down on the couch next to Marina, I take a sip of my coffee and flip it to the final entry of the journal. Marina glasses over the page, a hazy look forming in her eyes as she soaks it in.
I can't believe it's almost over.
Yeah, it's weird that it hasn't even been that long.
The motorhome goes quiet. The buzz of the generator humming in the background.
Well, it's not over yet. We still gotta figure out where it is, and then there's still the search.
I think Marina's enthusiasm is becoming infectious. She simply nods now, gazing into her lap.
Well, let's see what it says.
After right, we oh god, what's the voice I did for this again? I generally don't remember what voice I did for these sections. After several days of travel, I believe I have finally arrived at my first destination. It is well known that I have an astute eye for locations. After all, this is how I found my precious bounty, so it is no mistake that I easily found the perfect hiding place within this valley. I arrived on horseback at the blistering peak of noon. Looking for a shelter from the coming night, I began to noticing something different, something distinct. Crimson, all of it. Shades lighter than pink and darker than blood. The color stained it all, from giant unmovable stones to the tiniest grains of sand. It was as if the land had absorbed the sun's heat and reflected outwards. Even at sunset, the cave I settled in emanated a bright red glow that speckled out from its opening. That night, as I laid on the ground, watching the flames of my fire shoot up to the cave's roof, I wondered if there were more places like this out in this unsettled land. During my travels on the trail, I was too preoccupied with preparations to observe the world around me. But now that I have achieved success, maybe I shall. It would be a shame if my superb observational skills went to waste. Oh, read every journal entry. Now for the book report. I was never certain about the other locations, and considering how many giant rocks, canyons, and arches are in this country, most of them are probably just a fluke. But this is unmistakable. The vivid and breathtaking imagery, the constant illusions of flames, and most importantly, the heat.
He hid it in the Valley of Fire.
Now this I haven't heard of, but the way she words that makes me feel like it's a big landmark. So what is this? Valley of Fire. Oh, it's another state park. Ooh, wait. Man, that's really pretty, actually. What? Wait, this place is gorgeous. Oh my god. I would love to go here someday. What? That's beautiful. Marina snaps back to attention. Conviction pulling her back from Marina Land.
Are you sure?
Positive. There's no other place it could be.
Oh.
Why are you not so excited about this one? She might as well have shot down my momentum with an elfin gun.
Oh, that's all?
Yep.
No.
Ooh, what's that? A place always on fire?
She narrows her eyes to an unimpressed squint. If they could shoot lasers, they would be right now.
Amber, how dumb do you think I am?
I didn't say you were.
Always on fire, really?
Now I feel dumb for saying it.
You probably should.
Oh, what made your mood nosedive like that? Ouch. If her enthusiasm is infectious, and so is my unrelenting realism. It's corrupting her innocence.
By the way, what's the Valley of Fire?
Well, maybe not too infectious. Massaging my scalp, I shake my hair, hopefully creating enough new wrinkles in my brain that will help with explaining this.
Alright, so take a whole bunch of rock, sand, and dirt, okay?
Okay.
Now make most of it red.
Uh-huh. My explanation is met with a vacant stare.
I swear, it's a lot cooler than I'm making it out to be. It's just kind of hard to explain without pictures.
Don't worry, I believe. Sounds awesome. Where is it anyway?
A little ways into Nevada.
Nevada?
Okay, I do love how they both said it differently. Amber was like, Nevada, and meanwhile Mariana's like, Nevada. Her knees bounce, joining the table.
Are we even old enough to gamble?
You're not going to Vegas, you little goober.
There's more in Nevada than Vegas, dummy.
Still, isn't that pretty far?
That might work to our benefit. I'll need to check the map again, but I think we'll be passing by a place I want to check out.
Her voice brightens.
You actually want to go sightseeing?
Don't act so surprised. It's not like I was gonna make a straight shot for California before I picked you up. Besides, I think you might like it.
Though she does like virtually everything.
It's a place called Zion. It's a national park here in Utah. I hear it's a hell of a lot greener than the places we've been through. I know we're in a rush, so we won't stay very long.
She's going to burst from excitement, and I still can't resist messing with her. It's cute.
But I guess if you don't think we can afford the time...
I expect her to throw herself at me, hug me, squeeze me with all the energy and happiness she usually does it with. But she doesn't. Staying perfectly still, Marina takes a single breath and gazes at me with a smile.
I've been surrounded by desert all my life. Seeing green for once would be nice. I'd love to go with you, Amber.
An unsettling hollowness expands my chest as I realize I don't know how to deal with a serious Marina. That was oddly controlled for her normal reactions.
Oh. Alright then.
She doesn't answer. Eyes now closed, arms holding her lap. The empty, cooperative smile more forced than ever. Yeah, Marina's been acting out off this entire morning, huh?
Well, there's still a lot of hours left in the day. I'm not sure if we'll make it in time to check into the campground, but we'll be close enough that we can do it in the morning if we leave now.
Marina nods. We scooch out of the booth and walk the 10 awkward steps to our seats. Strapping ourselves in, I switch on the ignition of the RV, snoring into being. I wonder if, like, maybe the previous night's recklessness is, like, kind of caught up to her now. I reach for the cassette player, then look to Marina. Already lost in her thoughts as she stares out the window. I don't have the heart. No. I don't have the courage to snap her out of it this time. Sighing, I bring my hand back without pressing play and pull the motorhome into drive. It's too bad, too. I think I'm really starting to like Marina's hugs. Oh, are you actually, like, pouting because she didn't give you a hug? Is that it? You're like a sad kick puppy, like, oh, the cute girl didn't embrace me. A shame. But, alas, such is the case. Hours and several cups of coffee later, we've arrived at our destination. Or at least, close enough to easily check in the morning, yet enough to not get towed. Marina looks to the window, but her eyes drift back over to me, then mine to hers. For one drawn-out second, her eyes are interlocked, petrified by the other's stare. Then time continues. Our heads swing in the other direction so fast it takes my mind a few moments to catch up. Kind of a weirdly awkward day. The cyber cheek I can still see is flushed. Glancing in the rearview mirror, I find mine are too. Okay, one of you is going to need to pipe about this eventually, because you're both acting kind of awkward, and it's made me a little mad with how much you were bonding, how easily you two were bonding for a while there. I grip the steering wheel, then cautiously, without turning my head, look back at Marina. She notices. Our eyes connect again. Blush, rinse, repeat. The past 4 hours have been excruciating, especially while finding the urge to throw on music. I want to give Marina the space she needs to say what she has to. Or give myself the space to blurt out what I need to say. It was just... Again, Marina looks. I jump, we blush. Never the right time. Sighing I've had enough. I hop out my seat and stretch. Marina follows. I grab my mug from the holder and drag myself across the scratchy carpet to the sink. A small jolt shocks my finger as I reach for the faucet. The mug slips from my hand and crashes on the counter, splashing coffee everywhere.
Crap.
Let me help.
Thank you. Marina springs over and reaches for a kitchen rag, but I swat down her hand and grab it just as she does.
Don't worry.
Now we're forced to look directly at each other, but there's no blushing this time. I nod and pull away the rag as her fingers slide down the fabric.
I got this.
Do you, though? She stares down at the counter, the spilled coffee trickling on the floor of the steady drip. One of you needs to speak up soon. This awkwardness is just killing me. It's killing me so much.
Oh.
Without another word, she slouches back to the couch.
If you give me a sec, I can set up the bed.
Never mind. The bed's metal frame slams down with a loud clank that vibrates underneath my feet, followed by the couch cushion switching past me, landing on the other side of the motorhome.
For ya.
Damn it. Whatever, I'll deal with this in the morning. I toss the rag into the sink and head to my room, hesitating in front of the slider. Please, don't let it end like this.
Amber.
There's a pause. Several times I hear small gasps, like she's about to speak, but they all just melt into sighs.
Good night.
Man, 24 hours ago, you two were just like so happy with each other. What happened?
Night.
Don't be awkward about it. Just get it off your chest. My hand balls into a fist, my fingernails clawing deep in my skin. I step in the room and shut the slayer behind me. I immediately throw my face onto the pillow. I can feel my heart pounding as I roll on my back. Lying there, twisted in my sheet, it just keeps beating and beating, never settling down. Managing to lift myself up on my elbows, I look at the picture next to the slider. The one with the vinyl sleeve. The one where I don't have teeth. Because I'm like 2. I still remember how his hand fell against my head. From the bony joints of his fingers to how their calluses massaged my scalp. For such a breezy old man, it's amazing to think just how strong and confident his love was. I let my head fall back against the bed and rest my forearm over my face.
Oh man, what am I gonna do, Gramps?
You never taught me how to deal with lady troubles. Alright, let me see how long we have on, because I think it's been about another hour. Can I see how long I have on ads? Because I think it might be time. I can probably force another ad break. And I might do that, because this seems like a good time to, like, do another break really quick. I'm going to keep streaming. But, yeah. So we'll do it again. We'll do another quick 3-minute break. I'll be right back, though. Assuming it'll let me. Yeah, pre-roll ads are disabled for 63 minutes. I'll be back in a bit. I'm correct, I should stop pre-rolls once more. Again, I'll have to get more feedback on this, and it is a little annoying to kind of like run the ad breaks the way I have been. Oh, that's the wrong scene. But also necessary evil, because I'd much rather like go on break and for like every hour or so for a few minutes than, you know, force people to like be subjected to like God knows how many ads upon coming in, you know? It's just kind of a necessary evil. Anyway. A brisk wind curls around me as I step out onto a patch of dirt that can barely be called a parking spot. A place that can barely be called a campground. Misty currents have settled over the nearby hills and mountains, and small specks of leftover morning dew occasionally drip on me from above. Bending down, I drop my backpack and pull the tongue of my sorta new hiking boots. A little big, but they'll work. Considering these came from the stash of supplies we borrowed from Mariah in New Mexico, her feet must be freaking huge. Well, you know, they do say that about big feet, you need big shoes.
All set?
Hey, are you still gonna be incredibly weird and awkward? Marina is standing behind me, frowning at her own Velcro's crow-strap boots.
Just about. These boots are pretty big, though.
You think so? They feel a bit snug to me.
Oh my god, she has big feet. She needs big shoes. Sheesh, never mind about Mariah. Well, maybe your feet are just small then, Amber. Ever think about that?
Hey, forget about the treasure. Let's just dress you up as Bigfoot and turn you in for a cash reward.
The joke is awful and I know it. Still, Marina plays along, sticking her tongue out in a half-playful manner before she forces a tired smile. The whole time she doesn't make eye contact. So much for lightening the mood. Last night's sudden tension is still present. Even though we try to ignore it or pretend it isn't there, we both know. We both can't look at each other directly, and our conversation feels awkward and stilted. Oh, I wonder if maybe the reason Marina's being so awkward? I wonder if it's because, like, Amber already mentioned that the next spot they go to for the treasure is the last one. And, like, she doesn't want to say goodbye, right? Because maybe she's, like, worried, like, oh, maybe if we go and get the treasure, I won't see Amber anymore. Maybe that's why she's being so awkward, because she's, like, she wants to come out and say, hey, I still want to, like, spend time with you, but she's, like, nervous about it. Maybe that's it. I don't know, though. Listen, I'm just thinking. But we pretend everything's normal as we try to put on our best performances and reenact our usual routine.
So, how long is the hike?
10,000 years. Your name is now Sisyphus. No, it'll be fine.
The brochure said about 90 minutes each way. Might take even longer in this weather.
Oh.
I can feel the gulf between us. It's like yet another canyon, except I don't know how to cross this one.
The picture in the brochure was super pretty. Angel's Landing, right?
Oh, y'all know the drill. I gotta look up Angel's Landing now. Let's see. So, let's see. Zion Angel's Landing. A strenuous exposed trail known for its bright. Oh. It looks pretty, but it also looks kind of scary. Dear Lord. Oh, I would not be able to go into Angel's Landing. That would horrify me. Like, it's very pretty, I'll concede that. Oh no, forget that, dude. I would cry. For those of you who don't know, I have a deathly fear of heights. And that, I can just already tell, I would not be okay on that trail. Oh, good Lord, that is... Oh no. Again, it's very pretty. But that's when I would take a hard pass on, I'm sorry. Now it's her turn to try and lighten the mood. I hate how we're both too afraid to just address the issue. But I'm just as guilty as she is here. I sigh and play along as best as I can.
Yeah, it's nice. It's supposed to be the most scenic view in Zion.
That's what Gramps told me anyway. This hike was one of his favorites. Said the view is so lush. There's so many trees and plants that he discovered several new shades of green up there. Oh, she wanted us up through here because to like honor his memory. Oh. It was one of the spots that he was most looking forward to visiting with me. I glanced back up at the mountains. The mist doesn't look like it will clear anytime soon. In fact, it seems to be swallowing up more of the landscape. It got Marina's attention too. She stares up as if she's picking out specific details in the fog. While she's distracted, I let my gaze rove over her again. Guiltily, like I'm sneaking glances, but I don't care. Admiring the sweep of her shoulders down into her collarbone and the rest of the curves of her body. Okay, Amber, you need to calm down. I let myself examine her like I did when we first met, and like I've been consciously abstaining from. Looking her over like it doesn't matter if she catches me anymore. She doesn't, though. May as well be invisible to her right now while she studies the mountaintops. And I want her to pay attention to me. You really are just kind of like a puppy right now, aren't you? Really have just kind of turned into a puppy. You're just kind of like, man, she won't hug me. She won't play with me. She won't pay attention. You're just kind of like a sad puppy right now, Amber. And I feel ya. But also, just like one of you has to break the silence, and maybe just maybe it needs to be you. Just a thought. She's wearing her usual boutique brand clothes. Their cute frilliness is just as perfect as ever for Marina, but they clash with the clunkiness of the ugly brown boots.
You sure you want to wear that? They might just get in the way.
She gasps, almost offended by the suggestion that she wear anything else.
But my skirt is so comfy. Aren't you supposed to wear comfy clothes on hikes?
Yeah, you wear shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear.
Besides, with a name like Angel's Landing, it has to be pretty relaxing.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you, I looked up images of that, and that made me feel anything but relaxed. But you do you. She gives me a big honest smile, tipping her head to the hills. It's the first real smile I've seen from her all day.
So, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Vámonos. I mount, letting her skewed reasoning fall to the wayside just this once. Warm fuzzies and a goofy grin take over my dour mood, just for a moment.
Alright, but no whining if they end up being a problem.
Slinging the backpack over my shoulder, we head for the shuttle that leads to the trail. Logs and a stone fire pit adorn the side of each lot that we pass. Maybe when we get back we'll go to the camp store and pick up some supplies to roast marshmallows. I think she'd like that. Marina's heavy breathing guides me as we slog our way uphill, the previous light mist having now morphed into a thick, dreary fog. I cling to the chained railing as I stumble my way up the trail of rocks. It's the only protection from the sheer drop-off beside us. Yeah, this is what I was talking about when I looked up those images. It sounds like it would be horrifying for me. All it would take is one slip for me to take a nosedive into the valley below, and I wouldn't even see it coming. Turns out the fluffy, enticing name Angel's Landing doesn't come with the relaxing stroll Marina was opening for. This feels more like a ghastly death march. My sweat-drenched legs feel like pudding under the anchor that is a measly 5-pound backpack. No one else in the shuttle even bothered to attempt the hike alongside us. I attempt to form words between pain breaths, feeling like a rock is being smashed in my lungs with each step.
We should turn back. Can't see Jack.
Hey, that rhymed.
It's not safe up here.
What?
She sounds like she's doing about as well as me, echoing the same lung-puncturing gasps.
But we're so close. There's no way we're not almost there.
We stop, collapsing against our knees as we try to catch our breath.
Not gonna mean a lot if we end up falling off a cliff.
I thought you were the one who wanted to do this so bad.
Every couple words are punctuated by her gasping for breath.
Yeah, but...
Amber, please. Let's keep going.
Her voice is a whimper, fragile and meek. I fold.
Okay.
Marina has a way of making me shut up when she wants to, whether she knows it or not. Today, it doesn't make a difference. I'm not going to be the one who makes things worse. She's wrong about one thing, though. I wasn't the one who wanted to hike up here. Gramps was. Well, to be fair, he also probably wanted to do it in, better conditions, so... It gets easier after our break. The trail begins to plateau and the steepness evens out, fading behind us until the return trip.
I think we're already here. See? What did I tell you?
Marina darts ahead, disappearing into the fog so she can look at the mythical view that the brochure and I have preached to her, and Gramps to me. But my suspicions are right. This weather and the view aren't going to be very compatible. Falling behind, I step out of the cloudy murk and into an area that offers only slightly more visibility. Marina stands still on the center of the cliff, her hand clutched to her heart. What should have been a bird's eye view of Zion is nothing but a sea of fog. The lush greenery and full valleys are invisible. Only a few overgrown bushes and some rocky points peek out above the clouds. I was expecting it, but the sight itself really is numbing. The hollowness of my stomach, the one I've gotten so used to feeling, rears its head once more, only intensified by Marina's silence, an expression shrouded by her bangs as she tilts her head down.
Sorry.
Gently, she shakes her head.
Don't worry about it. It's not your fault.
Yes, it is. You should control the weather. That's fine.
You tried to warn me.
Marina.
But I don't know what to say. I'm disappointed too. There were a lot of places Gramps always talked about visiting. After we settled down and kicked back for a few years. After I finish repairing the RV. After I get better. This place counted more than the others, though. Not just Zion, but the landing. Kept saying we were going to hike up here, have a picnic, maybe watch the sun come up. A slight smile comes to my face as I think about him trying to make that hike. I'd have liked to see that geezer try. I'm not a big enough sap to try and make all of my and Gramps' plans happen now. It would have been nice to see the view. With Gramps, Marina, and everything that's happened over the past month, it just seemed fitting to make the trip. Angel's Landing. I glanced back to Marina, the hand that was clutched to her chest now stretched outwards, grasping at the empty air. A slight breeze blows through, ruffling her hair. She looks beautiful. She looks angelic. I didn't go to church much as a kid, but she looks like someone I'd see on a stained glass window, right next to a rendition of Calvary or Skull of Hell. It's frustrating to have come this far for nothing. But is it because of the fog? Because of Gramps? Or because of Marina? My teeth grit, grinding against each other under what feels like an unimaginable weight.
Come on, let's go.
I turn around and begin down the slope. There's nothing else worth seeing up here. Marina doesn't follow. No spirited footsteps trailing behind me. No speeding bullet blazing ahead.
Marina, we're going.
It comes out with more bite than I intended, but I don't care. I just want to get out of here now. Marina is hesitant to answer, but eventually manages to spit it out, sounding more like a question than an actual statement.
I don't want to.
What?
I don't want to leave. Not yet, anyway.
Annoyed, I turned back to her for an explanation, only to be greeted by a pleading look instead.
I'm used to it by now. I know I am. But do you think we could wait a little longer? Just to see if the fog clears?
I don't know what it is. I respond with a blank stare. It's like she's not even talking to me.
Don't be stupid.
I start back down the hill, not bothering to wait for Marina this time.
It's past noon. If it hasn't cleared by now, then it's not going to anytime soon.
You don't believe in miracles, do you, Amber? So much for not making things worse. Oh. I nudge the fire with a stick. Doesn't do any good, though. As long as we stumble on top of each other, smothering the already pitiful flame. For a moment, our lot is only lit by the few remaining embers in the pit. Sighing, I grab the bottle of lighter fluid and squirt it into the ashes. You know, when I used this scene for the thumbnail earlier, I didn't actually expect we would see this scene tonight. It's the little things. An artificial flame roars into existence, then peters to the size of a pathetic candle flicker just as quickly. I plunge a stick back in the fire and scrape cinders from the glowing wood. Eventually a flame catches on a charred log and grows until the pit is blazing once again.
Aha! About damn time.
The joy is exclusive to me, however, as Marina stays silent, staring into the fire.
Want another s'more?
Do you want some more? Some s'more? Do you want s'more? I'm not even gonna try to justify that one, that was bad. She bounces back to life. Wow, it really does just take sweets, huh?
Oh my god, yes, please.
She catches herself and switches back to broodiness.
I mean, sure, I guess.
Okay, you have to... you have to spit it out. Stop being like that. Like, you've been, like, moody for, like, 2 days. Just... One of you is gonna have to rip the band-aid off soon. I hate this. This is making me so mad. I roll my eyes, but can't help smiling on the inside. No matter how hard she tries, she's still the same Marina she's always been. I grab a marshmallow and stick it on the end of a bent coat hanger before handing it to her. I don't know if this is the best thing to roast marshmallows with. Without another word, she plops into the fire. Meanwhile, my eyes are drawn to the neglected bag of hot dogs lying behind the chocolate and graham crackers. Unopened and ignored. You're wasting glizzies. Dude, it's not all about the s'mores. You gotta gobble on the glizzies too. Come on, man. I bought them because I thought Marina would like the variety, but I should have known that she would only go after the marshmallows. She's been devouring them. She opened the bag when we left the store and was half empty by the time we got back to the campfire, or campsite. She clung to the bag like a security blanket the whole way. It's a miracle there even any left. Shrugging, I take one of the hot dogs out of the bag and impale on my coat hanger, then put it in the fire next to Marina's. Even when we're this close to each other, there's still an air of tension. The one that's pervaded since we left Arches. Neither of us have addressed it, but the inevitability of the treasure, the thick uneasiness that hangs over us, it's suppressed, but it's definitely there. But it's gotten better since we left Angel's Landing. The snacks are a peace offering of sorts, I guess. Although I was pleasantly surprised that she sat so close to me, even with 3 other logs around the fire pit. I fix my gaze on the flames. The dog is slimy, oozing with condensation that drips and sizzles in the ashes.
Oh God, it's on fire! It's on fire! Fire! Fire!
Yes, that'll happen to marshmallows if you're not careful. Mario's coat hanger wishes over me like a spastic comet. The marshmallow now a smoldering ball of inferno.
Here, give it to me!
But it's on fire, Amber! Fire!
Yeah, you can put fire out, though.
I can see that. Just give it!
She panics, squirming as her precious marshmallow burns before her very eyes.
Alright, just don't hurt yourself, please.
Frantically, she passes me the wire, biting her nails as I try to blow it out. Soon, the fire clears. The marshmallow, once white and fluffy, is now black and charred.
Aw, now it's ruined.
No, now it's a crunchy treat.
It's no big deal. You can still eat it.
Preparing the s'more, I break apart the chocolate and cracker, then squish the marshmallow between them.
Ew, gross. But it's all black and stuff.
Yeah, but it's got a satisfying crunch.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Honestly, I think I might prefer it burned.
That's so... ew.
She gives a nervous laugh.
Here, just try it.
Marina stares at the s'more and gulps.
Fine, but only because you asked.
Closing her eyes, she opens her mouth wide. Wide open. This time it's my turn to gulp. I shuffle back, subtly trying to avoid eye contact, and once again failing, I pop the s'more into her mouth and allow a restful sigh. Like bubblegum, she munches on in the corner of her mouth, intently trying to dissect the flavor in her own cute way.
So...
Her eyes grow wide in shock.
It's good.
Right? Doesn't it give it a nice smoky flavor?
It's a little bitter at first, but the marshmallow gets really crunchy. So good.
I told you so. You just gotta give these things a shot.
I can't believe I had my first s'more and found a way to make it better in the same day. I feel like that would take most people like a bajillion years to figure out.
No, you just gotta experiment. Don't be afraid to try to think outside the box.
But it only took me one night 'cause I got you, Amber.
Gobsmacked? Dumbfounded? They're both stupid fancy words, but I think they work when trying to figure out this thing sitting beside me.
Amber?
You're kidding me!
What?
Your first s'more?
Well, I've seen people eat them on TV and stuff before, but...
Amber, please remember, she lived a very sheltered life. She's a delicate little flower.
You have never ever had a s'more in your entire life.
Now that I think about it, I guess I haven't.
That confirms it.
Huh? Confirms what?
You're an alien. The government has just been keeping you hidden all this time. That's why I met you near Roswell. It's the only explanation.
I am not. If I were an alien, then why do I look human?
I mean, aliens can change how they look if they know what they're doing. I'm just saying. Not that I'm speaking from experience, of course. This is exactly how I look. Yeah. Nothing else to see here. Yeah.
That's just a flesh suit. A disguise so you can blend in.
That's mean. You can't just buy these good looks at the costume store.
What's your sector ID? Is this your first time away from your home planet?
Amber, stop. It's not my fault.
Her face puffs out, and I have to resist the urge to poke and deflate it. If I don't quit, she may actually start pounding.
I'm sorry, I'll stop.
I'm tempted to squeeze one more joke out, but decide against it as I try to hold back the snicker under my breath.
I think I like you better when you're serious.
She crosses her arms, turning away as she closes both eyes to block me out. Then, with a grin, one eye open. We both burst out laughing. Since the hike, the fog has climbed down the hill, enveloping the campground. Even here it's carved out a small pocket, the breeze chill surrounding us as we take in the warm glow of the fire. It feels nice.
But for real, I still can't believe this is your first time leaving home.
She settles down a bit and places her hands in her lap. Teetering side to side as she looks to the sky, even though there's nothing to look at but mist.
Yeah, sometimes I have trouble believing it too. Since there's so many of us, I guess Mom and Dad could never afford to take us anywhere.
Oh, that would actually be... Yeah, that's fair, actually. Yeah, because if you have a lot of siblings, then I suppose a family outing would be pretty expensive. That's what I thought. If her family is as big as she says, it's not like they could have just packed up and traveled like me and Gramps.
You said you have 9 brothers and sisters, right?
Yep, there's 9 of us, plus Mom and Dad, so 11 altogether.
11? Oh my god. Is your dad named Kevin? Then he can say he has a family of Kevin 11. Dear Lord.
Jesus.
That is fair, though. Like, Jesus Christ, I can't imagine taking care of that many children. I mean, sure, they're probably varying ages, but still.
Right? Everyone says our house is pretty big, but it's always been so cramped that I've never been able to tell. I've never even had my own room. I've always had to share one with some of my sisters. My older brother shared too, until one of them went off to college.
Is that the same brother whose car got torn apart by Mariah?
She laughs guiltily.
Yeah, he always called it his love wagon.
Oh no, that wasn't what he did to pick up chicks, was it?
If that thing was a love wagon, then my motorhome is a love palace.
Ooh, that's a good name for it.
Don't even start.
Anyway, he said he wanted to get a new one when he got to Salt Lake City, so I don't think he'll be too angry.
Hold on, that's in Utah too. Why didn't you tell me? The detour would have been a pain in the ass. But if you wanted to visit him, I wouldn't have minded the extra miles. Not if it was for you.
Aw. Marina does a double take, and I realize I've given too much away.
You'd have to pay for gas, though.
Marina blinks and smiles. Crisis averted.
Nah, it's okay. I want to do this without my family's help. Besides, it's only a community college.
Your brother moved from New Mexico to Utah so he could attend a community college?
Uh-huh. He sends me a gift every month. Last month, it was a top hat. I put it right on top of the desk in my room.
She pauses for a moment.
Mine and my sister's room, I mean.
I guess with that many kids, they probably do have to share some space, huh?
Your family sounds about as weird as you.
Really? Huh. Yeah, I guess we are.
She beams, wearing the title of weird like a badge of honor.
That's not a good thing. Actually, maybe it is.
Weird is good, man. We're all weird in our own little ways, but that's kind of what makes life interesting, I'd say.
I like it. Besides, Dad keeps us all in line. He's a defense lawyer, super straight-laced.
That probably explains... Are they happy again? I think they're working on it. I think they're working on it.
You remind me of him, actually. He likes everything nice and orderly, which is bad for him because he's surrounded by us, but...
She talks for a long time, chattering and laughing about her family, the smile never leaving her face. I almost get lost in it. I almost want to. For the precious minutes that she speaks, I forget the tension that's shouted since Arches and could believe it was never there. I love that about Marina. Even when we're wet with rain or humoring truck drivers or racing a lunatic down the highway, she never hesitates to smile. For her, it's always poised on the brim waiting to shine through. I could listen all night, but she trails off only a short time later.
I'm sorry. This must be boring, right?
Nah, I can tell you love him a lot. It was always just me and Gramps, so it's sorta interesting to see how other families work.
Well, fall silent, save for the crackling flames. I brace myself for what I know is coming.
Hey, Amber? What happened to your mom and dad?
I stare into the fire. It pops, casting up delicate embers that fall and vanish in the dirt.
I'm sorry. That was too personal.
No, it's fine. They're both around, I think. Only met Dad once a long time ago. Me and Ma don't get along very well. Haven't spoken to her since I was 16. Last I heard, she was living in some trailer park in Ohio.
Is that why you lived with your grandpa?
Sorta. Ma always had her issues. So the court said Gramps could take care of me when I was a baby.
I stifle a laugh.
Not that it did any good. The geezer had the bright idea to haul me around the Midwest and East Coast for half my life.
He took care of you all by himself? He must have been amazing.
Try again. He was an old hippie who was stuck in the 70s and spent most of his time listening to weird music.
Sounds just like you.
Hey, watch it. If anything, he was more like you. I was always cleaning up his messes, even as a little girl, even near the...
I choke down a growing lump in my throat.
Even near the end.
Oh?
Amber,
It was always just the two of us, though. Us or any random old friend he wanted to see. Even when he decided to settle down in Colorado, it was just us. People would come and go, but it was always us. And I was there for all of it. I was there for every single appointment. I was there at the hospital, and I was there at the funeral. Ma didn't even bother to come to that, but I was there. And he was always there too.
you really miss him, huh?
My voice lowers to a whisper, raspy and dry.
Yeah.
Something slumps against my shoulder. Glancing down, I discover Marina's head resting against me.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Ah,
She looks up at me.
Want me to stop?
no. Keep doing it.
Okay.
We should turn in soon. We have a big day ahead of us.
Yeah, maybe.
We sit in silence for a little while, or maybe it's a long time. I can't tell. It's a nice silence, though. A comfortable one. Finally. The engine dies. I can still hear the power buzzing before it surges down, leaving us with the ambience of the selling motorhome.
We're here.
Not a lot of cars here, huh?
Guess the rest of the world just hasn't caught up yet.
That won't last for long. Any day now, people figure out it's here, and an army of would-be treasure hunters will be swarming this place, drooling at the chance to find gold. The last of the gold. There's a fluttering in my chest, and I tie my grip on the wheel. It's the end of our adventure.
I bet our names have spread across the land and struck fear into the hearts of our rivals, giving them no other choice but to call it quits.
Yeah. Or maybe someone already came through and found the treasure.
What? Don't say something scary like that.
I mean, hey, even if they did, you still found, 2 boxes? 2 out of 4 ain't bad. You basically found, 50% of the hidden goods. Well, I mean, not, total, because I don't know what was in the other 2 boxes, but you know what I mean. You struck gold twice. Still wrapped around the wheel, my clammy hands start shaking. Marina takes notice, looking over with sympathetic eyes.
Hey.
She takes her hand and gently places it on top of mine, giving a reassuring squeeze. I let both fall into my lap. She's warm.
We're doing this together, okay?
The flutters tickle the inside of my chest until I can't help smiling.
Right. Let's do it.
Regretfully, I force out a nod and pull my hand out from Marina's. It feels wrong, like throwing away a precious gift. Reaching the console, I retrieve the journal for what may be the last time. It's well loved. A bent spine, wrinkled pages, and folded corners on the flimsy paper cover. Looking back, it's been getting roughed up since the moment we got it. Ever since that weird station attendant let Marina have it for free way back at the Traveler's store. Hard to believe this cheap thing was a roadmap to something so valuable. Taking a deep breath, I skim over the final entry. Okay, here we go. After several days of travel, I believe I finally arrived at my first destination. It is well known I have an astute eye for locations. After all, this is how I found my precious bounty, so it is no mistake that I easily found the perfect hiding place within this valley. I'm 99% sure I already read this before, but I'm going to read it again. I arrived on horseback at the blistering peak of noon. Looking for shelter from the coming night, I began noticing something different, something distinct. Crimson, all of it. Shades lighter than pink and darker than blood. I absolutely have read this before, but boy howdy, I am going to read it again. The cold color stained it all, from giant unmovable stones to the tiniest grains of sand. It was as if the land absorbed the sun's heat and reflected it outwards. Even at sunset, the cave I sailed in emanated a bright red glow that speckled out from its opening. That night, as I laid on the ground, watching the flames of my fire shoot up to the cave's roof, I wondered if there were more places like this out in this unsettled land. During my travels on the trail, I was too preoccupied with I'm gonna drink some water. Yeah. During my travels on the trail, I was too preoccupied with preparations to observe the world around me. But now that I have achieved success, maybe I shall. It'll be a shame if my superb observational skills went to waste.
Windstone Arch.
Oh, just like that? It's probably the vaguest entry so far, but I can feel it. It has to be there. I feel it in my bones. Me bones. I'll slap the journal shut and lay it to rest in the center console, right next to all the cassette tapes. Mara and I look at each other, now sharing the same piercing determination.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
Because of the lack of crowds, getting around is a lot easier than usual. Lions are taking the scenery for once instead of slogging through zombified hordes. Even though there's not many people around, it somehow feels fuller here. Everywhere we walk, we're surrounded by layered dunes and sandstones, towering over us, striped with faded reds and calico browns. Somehow we do eventually manage to find the Windstone Arch. Not like the arches back in Utah, it isn't big and majestic. It's not a giant upside-down horseshoe that lords over us as we look on in awe. It's not even an arch, as much as it is a cave, really. Just a jagged, overgrown rock with a few crevices, big enough for a person to enter. Still, despite the fact that it doesn't compare to the size or grandeur of everything else we've seen together so far, and despite that hard it took us any time at all to find it, it's still imposing. Okay, why is Seabass DMing me a video? Hold on, I'm gonna mute my mic while I watch this really quick. Stream, hold on, we're playing that one on stream. Hold on, hold the phone, everybody. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We're playing that on stream really quick. We're playing that on stream really quick. I don't know if y'all are prepared for this. Hold on, I definitely wasn't. Hold on, where are you? Where are you? Okay. I swear this works the way I hope it does. I swear. I've never done this with OBS. Okay.
Just what I wanted! The one and only Gonzaloon! And when I say one and only, I really mean it. Because, my children, I am him!
Flawless. Anyway. Still, despite the fact that it doesn't compare to the size of grandeur of everything else we've seen together so far, and despite that it hardly took us any time at all to find it, it's still imposing. The longer I stare at it, the bigger it gets, like it's judging us. It isn't calling into question our abilities, or even if we can find it. It's gauging us to see if we're ready. Are we? I don't know, are we? Are we? I mean, I didn't bring a shovel or nothing. Are we ready? I don't know. You tell me. I look over to Marina. A small bulge forms in her throat before she swallows it back down. Is she? Are any of us truly ready for what lies ahead in this hellscape we call an Earth? I return my gaze to the arch, asking the same questions over and over in my head. Am I? Are you? Are we? Is she? Is they? Them for they art thou? I art thou, thou art I? He be, she be, they be, say she? Okay. That's enough of that. Finally, we look at each other. Marina raises the metal detector strapped to her back and gives me a nod, which I return. Even if we aren't ready, even if this is the worst mistake of my life, this is something both of us have to do. I dropped something. I'm not going to worry about it. Our steps in sync, we march over the rocks and desert shrubs before crouching into the cavern. Oh, that was wait, that's on arches? Huh. Weird, because she did mention it earlier. Well, that's fine. I can look at it again. Huh, I wonder why she mentioned it at Arches, and... Still, it's like kind of a pretty cave for what it is. Sunlight squeezes in the cave, dyeing the rock columns neon red. Marina begins scanning with the metal detector, listening intently for a beep. The narrow space forces us to hold together as we heave our way through the arch, repeatedly brushing against each other. At first it's accidental, but I find myself craving it more. Jeez, Amber, you really are like a hungry animal. To get closer. To feel her. To watch as her hair absorbs the brilliant glow of the cave. I'm deprived of all that, though, as her metal detector vibrates in her hand, making a low rumble. She takes off the headphones and points to the wall.
There.
I avert my gaze and move past her, taking a knee as I slip the bag off my shoulder and pull out a mandrel pickaxe. A mandrel pickaxe? I'm not familiar with what that is. We're learning a lot tonight. Oh. Oh, it's just like a short-handled pickaxe. Where did you get a short-handled pickaxe, Amber? Wait, where did this come from? You know, I'm not going to question it. Careful not to hit her. I start chiseling away at the rock. Soon the crack in the wall grows and small pebbles and gravel start flying off. I reposition myself and block Marina from getting hit by any of it. A small portion of the wall crumbles away, and after a few more strikes, reveals a hollow space just big enough to squeeze your hand into. This is gonna suck if some creepy thing's gone and made its home in there. Shuddering, I reach into the space and feel something square and wooden. With some budging, it comes free and easily slides out. A box. Dear God, a third box! Its familiarity is expected, but it doesn't stop my heart from leaping any less, nor Marina's, who squeaks out a gasp.
Ready?
No. This time she barely nods, unsure what to say. But like ripping off a bandage, I swing the lid open before she can give any real answer. Nuggets. A pile of them. Filled from top to bottom, all misshapen and morphed. The sight isn't anything new, but this time it feels different. It's like for the first time the reality has finally sunk in and everything up until now has been a haze. We both just stare at it. An entire universe of thoughts race through my mind, yet it all comes up blank.
What now?
Food? It's directed more towards myself and Marina, but it's the first thing I managed to spit out, and ultimately the most important. Marina doesn't answer at first, instead just tilting her head, trying to process this question. But finally she gives a simple smile.
I saw a sign for a trail on the way over here. Why don't we go hiking?
Hiking? I phrase for a second, then laugh under my breath. The more I think about the simplicity behind her words, the more I laugh, until I bore on sound like a hysterical madman.
Hiking? For real?
I keep laughing, struggling to keep it together, even after I start having trouble breathing. Poor Marina isn't in on the joke, though, and within a matter of seconds, her face goes from confusion to concern, then pouting.
I don't know why you're laughing. I was being serious, you know?
Settling down, I wipe a fake tear from my eye, and an occasional chuckle still managing to break through.
No, I know you were.
Then what's so funny?
Nothing, just...
I finally regain complete composure and smile at her.
Yeah, sure. Let's go hiking. That sounds nice. Can you please keep to the signs?
It was in fact not nice.
I will. Stop being such a worrywart.
Marina skips ahead through the sand, gleefully oblivious that her trail is a badly marked patch of dirt over the plains of the Mojave.
That's what you said last time. If you're not careful, we're gonna get lost. Again.
Aw, you didn't like those old cabins we found?
It gets old after the second time, Mare.
It kills daylight, too. The sun's faded to orange and will soon sink out of view. There's no way we're getting back before dark. But hey, maybe it's not such a bad thing. We've already found the treasure, so spending some time with Marina is a nice reward.
So, about this fire wave thing. And yes, I know it's not an ocean of lava, smarty pants.
Damn, I must be running out of material.
I mean, it's so cool. Well, it's hot, I guess. But what is it?
What's the fire wave? It's a, windy thing that winds around rocks and stuff and looks like fire. At least, I think that's what it was.
More eloquent than Shakespeare himself.
Oh?
A devilish grin sinks onto Marina's face, and she attaches herself to me like Velcro, nudging my shoulders.
You don't know what it is either, do you?
What? Do so.
Her grin grows until I force myself to look away. She's not going to get the satisfaction.
I've seen pictures.
I have a source.
Oh, you've seen pictures? What sort of pictures?
I drew them.
You know, the picture-y kind.
I can just feel her reveling in this. For the first time, she's got me playing right into her hands.
Oh, shut up.
I feel a slap against my wrist and a tug. Leaning down, I see Marina's bright dimples shining through her round cheeks.
Why don't we find out together?
I'm stunned. It's a position we've been in before, but it's supposed to be the other way around. I'm always pulling her. That's my job. But now it's her smooth fingers locked around my wrist. Her fingernails grazing above my skin. The realization doesn't even have time to sink in before she propels herself forward with me in tow.
Hey, wait! Hold on!
I kick up sand and grit as I'm practically dragged along by Marina, who meets my yelps with silence. Then she halts as quickly as she took off, leaving me to shoot forward and stumble to a stop.
You could at least warn me before ya...
Oh, that is pretty. I go silent. Marina does too. The fire wave. Swirling ribbons of red wrap around the hillside and stretch out to the horizon. The setting sun casts light and shadow across the ground and sky, shading all with intense golds, pinks, and purples. As the sky dims, a shred of stray light passes over the shade and shines directly on us. Directly on Marina. She stares on, silent. I can feel every glint of emotion coming from her. Every breath taken away. Every raw feeling that builds up inside her, only to be choked back down. All of it. I glance between her and the scene stretched out before us. The boxes of sky with their deep, vivid colors are beautiful, but the choice is easy. I fixate on Marina. Her clear, sweet blue eyes, her cute round cheeks, her lips as they quiver ever so slightly. Laying a hand on her shoulder, I turn her towards me and softly touch her cheek. Her mouth lifts open with a faint gasp, but all it takes is a gentle stroke of her face for that uncertainty to be wiped away. Marina holds my gaze. My eyes relax and I step closer so I can feel the warmth of her body against mine. Then I lean in and press my lips to hers, Aw. So soft. I keep myself pressed against her, letting my lips move with the natural flow. But she doesn't press back. Afraid, I pull away. But before I can step back, she pulls me closer and lets her lips melt into mine. I let the pattern take control. Our mouths move inside each other, full of tender caution as we ease in. We repeat the process infinitely. In the light of the sunset, two of us exchange something. I eventually pulled back, unsure of what to say, and scared of what I could. We turned back to find the last rays of sunlight slipping behind the sand. Something brushes against my hand, tickling for a moment before intertwining between my fingers. Her grip is loose, but I wrap my fingers around so I'm holding her firmly. We watched the last of the night drift into a peaceful evening. Together.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't really need words. You can just kind of let the actions speak. Oh God, why? What have I done? I think this is a perfect chance for another one of them there forced ad breaks. Oh, can I not? You recently ran an ad and must wait to run another. Really? Interesting, okay. Maybe it's still too soon. How long ago was the last ad break? I don't remember. Well, I was going to take a quick moment to take a break, but I guess we'll just keep going. Oh God, why? What have I done? Her back is turned to me like mine is to hers. I claw my nails deeper into the scratchy couch fabric and stick my gaze on the floor. Please end me now. It was silent after we did that. Nice silence, a blissful release of silence. As we walked back, terror started to sink in. I think she felt it too. I listened to the buzz of the generator and stared at a patch of artificial light in the wall. Stupid little boxes make fun of me, I swear.
So what now?
Funny. That's the same thing I asked when we found the treasure, except she sounds even more hopeless and confused than I did. Bring my legs to my chest, I bundled my arms around them and put on a nervous smirk.
We could always go hiking again.
She throws a mock slap at my shoulder, feigning a huffy voice.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
The heavy embarrassment in the air melts away into something a little more comfortable as we both manage to laugh at my perviness. Mario lets out a whiny cry and slides against the couch.
But seriously, what are we gonna do?
About what?
Yeah, I was gonna say that can apply to a lot of things, like the kiss, the treasure. Are you gonna, like, now what?
About everything. The treasure, home, us.
My heart tightens like she's squeezing it.
Did you not?
No, I did. I do. I just don't know.
She turns to me, her eyes pleading like she's looking for answers. There's no doubt I'm responsible for those eyes. Feeling a fierce sense of responsibility, I shoot up and march to the center console.
Amber?
Hold on.
I open the console, but don't bother digging around. I know exactly where these are. 2 irreplaceable pieces of paper. Stopping in front of the couch, my voice darkens.
I'll be using my half of the treasure to pay for Gramps' hospital and funeral expenses. But before I do that, I still need to go to the music festival.
I offer her one of the tickets. Unsure, she gently tugs it from my hand and begins reading.
If you want to, you can go with me. Might give you a little extra time to think about things.
My voice softens.
About everything.
The festival? Me?
Up to you, babe.
You're already like going to the pet names. I flop back on the couch and hold the ticket over my eyes to block out the light.
Oh?
Oh crap. She peels the ticket off halfway and peeks through, revealing an amused grin.
So I'm Babe now, huh?
Oh, she caught that too. On her hands and knees, Marina crawls ever so closer while I scramble to turn and hide my face.
Shut up. It was an accident.
And now I'm back to where I started. Mortified and embarrassed.
Amber?
Her voice is like a melody.
Shut up.
Amber.
I said shut up.
Oh, Amber.
What?
A tank engine plows in my back, followed by soft and gentle arms wrapping around my neck as she rests her head against mine.
Thank you.
My shoulders relax, embracing her. In turn, I rest my head on hers too. A head sandwich. That's a funny mental image from that phrase I just got.
Sure thing, kiddo.
Once we're quiet, the awkwardness sets in again. Where I don't know if I should be saying something to fill the silence or if I should leave it be. Can I do an ad break again? I cannot. I definitely still need to fiddle around with the ad stuff, because it does tell me, it does something to sometimes let me trigger an ad break. But also, I don't know. I wish there was some way I could actually track when it has or hasn't run ads, because it doesn't seem to be notifying them when they're coming up. I feel bad I'm talking about it so much too, but it is really one of those things I want to like try to minimize the the ad experience as much as possible. Oh well. Is she thinking the same thing? Is she also worried? I see glance after worried glance down, but I can't see her face. My hands wander around like she doesn't know what to do. Oh, her hands. She touches her face and scratches her leg, picks that fold in her shirt, pops her knuckles. So she is nervous.
Hey.
The top of her head bumps my chin as she flinches.
Hey.
You good?
Yeah.
You don't seem good.
No, I am sorry. I'm just...
Rather than hurry her along like I sometimes do, I wait for her to find the words.
just worried, I guess. I know you have, but I've never had a girlfriend before.
Aw. I start to say something, but she hurriedly cuts me off.
I don't mean it like that. Well, I do, but I've also never had a boyfriend before. Not a real one, anyway.
You had a fake boyfriend, though?
Barely. Like, in middle school, there was this guy who asked if I'd be his girlfriend, and I said okay. But then the next day, he said his mom told him he wasn't allowed to have a girlfriend, so we broke up.
Flawless.
Sounds brutal.
Hey, Middle and high school romances are brutal. Your brains are hardly developed. It's like such an emotional roller coaster on so many fronts.
Right? And then junior year of high school, I kind of dated this guy for like a month, but I didn't really like him. My friends just wanted me to.
That's screwed up.
Honestly, yeah. I've been in that position too, where like I haven't really been interested in someone, everyone kind of pressured me to do it. I wound up not doing it. But it's still kind of like, it's not a good feeling because you're not genuinely interested in the relationship, and it's kind of unfair to the other person to kind of string them along, you know?
I don't know, not really. They weren't trying to be mean or anything, and he wasn't a bad person. He was just boring.
You just don't click sometimes.
Like for our first date, we went to dinner and a movie, but dinner was just fast food and he spilled ketchup all over himself. And I don't even remember what movie we saw. He put his arm around the back of my chair and I thought he was trying to put his arm around me, so I kind of got closer, but nope. He just kept it there. Like he was just stretching.
She giggles at the memory.
Honestly, I'd forgotten about all that until now. That's how not a real boyfriend he was. What about you?
I'm glad that right now things seem normal. Maybe she's talking, she forgets about being worried.
Well, I've never had a boyfriend.
Marina punches me in the shoulder.
You know what I meant. I could have guessed that much.
Hey now, I'm just being clear. But yeah, I've had other girlfriends.
Is it bad manners to talk about this? Especially early in a relationship? She asked though.
They counted, though it wasn't really anything serious either. By the time I was old enough for a serious relationship, I was too busy with taking care of Gramps to focus on one. But at least no one's mom ever told them they had to break up with me.
Listen, it was hard when I was 12.
Dude, life is hard when you're that young.
For like a day or two.
I'll bet. Anyway, yeah, there was this girl I was with through a chunk of high school. We broke up in junior year, I think. She wanted to focus on school. She ended up getting a full ride to a nice college, so I guess she made the right call.
Marina doesn't miss a beat.
Nah, it was her loss.
I shift to free my arm as pressed against Marina's side and instead wrap it around her. At first I can feel her tense up, but then she gradually relaxes until most of her weight rests on me.
So, Amber?
She doesn't answer.
Mare?
Sorry, never mind.
She looks up and smiles at me, and I smile back. Maybe it's better not to think too much right now, or ask too many questions. It's just the two of us being happy with each other. Not minding that we're both swaying kind of gross right now, or that we haven't eaten in hours. Or so I think. It isn't long before she yawns and looks up at me apologetically.
Oops.
It's okay. I'm kind of tired too.
I'm not. I'm too excited still, but I didn't want her to feel bad about going to bed. Plus, we did a lot of hiking today. I don't want my arm around her and switch which hand holds hers so that we can stand up. She's fidgety again, shifting away from foot to foot. Well, I guess it'll take some getting used to. For both of us. I let go of her hand, and it falls limply back to her side like she lost control of it. Looking me in the eye, I can tell she's waiting for me to do or say something. I take a step towards her, closing a short distance between us.
Well, good night.
And then I lean in and kiss her again. Briefly, enough that she doesn't really have time to react before I pull away. She blinks twice and rubs her lips and smiles.
Good night.
She walks backwards away from me, still smiling. I'm grinning like an idiot too, of course. I'm tempted. So tempted to invite her to sleep in my bed. Just to be close to her still. But I don't. Since she's still so nervous and unsure, I don't want to make that harder for her. Aw. I lick my lips as I go to turn off the lights, still tasting the sweetness of her on them. As I climb to bed, listening for the sounds of her breathing, I don't expect to get much sleep of my own tonight. And they were roommates. It is nice that she's like, that Amber is like definitely doing her best to kind of like be respectful of like not pushing the boundaries too much though. Just being like, man, I want to push things further, but nah. Sleeping on is supposed to help you with oh, wait, I can run another ad break. Perfect. I'll do that really quick. So y'all should know the drill by now. 3 minutes. But I will be back shortly afterwards, and we'll just keep going. Man, this is still taking some getting used to. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. I had like a little bit of a yawning spell while I was while I was stepping away. But what I do kind of want to keep playing though. I feel like we might be I don't know. It's hard to say. 'Cause I feel like we might be creeping up on the tail end of the game now, but it's hard to say. I feel like there might still be quite a bit left. I'll keep going. We'll see where things go from here. If it looks like some major plot stuff might happen, maybe I'll call for tonight. If not, though, we'll keep going. Sleeping on it is supposed to help you with tough decisions, or with big changes, but that's hard when you can't pass out in the first place. Thoughts of Marina and of Gramps, and of things changing, and things staying the same all brewed together to keep me awake just like the coffee is right now. When I got up this morning, the first thing I felt was surprised I'd managed to fall asleep at all. The 3 hours I got must have snuck up on me. I drained another cup of coffee. Number 4 and the last one from this pot. I dumped another few scoops of grounds in the coffee maker and started a new batch. I got to see the sunrise, which even I usually sleep through. Out here in the middle of nowhere with no light pollution, the sky was vivid, shards of jagged pink tearing into the blue. I nearly dozed off again just watching. Maybe someday I'll get to watch with Marina. Someday when I wake up early again and if she manages to get her lazy ass out of bed. Lazy, but cute. Yesterday's events replay in my mind for the umpteenth time. And with them come the swirl of emotions that feel like a stomach ache and a high both at once. Things finally starting to feel normal between us again. Kissing Marina in the Valley of Fire. Her leaning into it. Wondering if I should stop. Her not letting me. Sitting close on the couch, not asking any questions. Not answering them either. Wondering if I should. Ugh. It's too early for this shit. that made me jump a little bit, actually. The familiar ping of the coffee maker tells me that I've been zoned out for a few minutes now. Smashing my fist in my eyes, I try to rub the sleepiness out. Moving from the back of the RV means I must have woken Marina up. I can hear the sound of her bed creaking and of the covers being thrown back. I feel a strange, nervous elation as she appears in the hallway, looking bedraggled.
Good morning.
She groans like a zombie and stumbles towards me.
Want some coffee?
A stiff head nod. Really? Smile and prepare her a cup. It's only half coffee. The other half is a boatload of sugar and the creamer that neither neither Gramps nor I ever drank. I don't know why we had it, but it's not expired. When she reaches me, Marina leans into me. Sort of falls, really, crashing against my shoulder.
Hey, careful!
The coffee sloshes out of the mug on my hand, but I don't mind. She takes a drink and a couple small sips. Minor bliss replaces her glazed expression.
Good?
Good.
There's hardly any coffee in it, you know.
Just the way I like it.
Ah, yes, my favorite kind of coffee. No coffee. I wonder if she had a hard time falling asleep like I did, but I'm hesitant to ask. I'm afraid she'd say no. Afraid she'd say yes. So I just sit down and she takes a spot next to me. We both quietly sip her coffee as she rejoins the land of the living. When she finishes her first cup, she's alert enough for a conversation.
Sleep okay?
I figure that's safer than flat out asking.
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
I
She trails off. Yeah, I gave her alertness too much credit.
I forgot what I was just saying.
Me too, man. I laugh and stand up.
Don't worry about it.
Marina mumbles something incoherent.
What was that?
She clears her throat.
Sorry, I asked if you slept alright.
Took me a while to fall asleep, but after that, yeah.
It's not strictly a lie. Eyes have closed. Marina smiles thinly.
Good.
I turn around so that she doesn't see how preoccupied I am, or guess what's on my mind. Whatever it is I'm dealing with, it's not her problem. I don't want her to worry about me. Floor creaks as Marina stands up too, but I don't face her.
So, where are we going today?
No idea. We have a few days before the show. Anything you want to see?
Whatever it is, I'll make the trip.
We're not very far from Las Vegas, right?
Oh no. Not the girls going gambling.
Not at all. It's just a couple hours.
Let's go there!
Finally, I meet her eyes again. The smile on her face is pure and earnest. I can't help but return it.
Sure, that sounds like fun.
And she hugs me. Her warm figure is pressed close against mine. She smells like my shampoo. I wrap my arms around her and hold her close. Just for a second, everything feels right. Like it's all gonna work out. And I realize how badly I wanted to. I squeeze tight and then pull away.
What was that for?
Just felt like it.
Worry creases her face.
Should I not?
Nah, you definitely should. Go get dressed and I'll get us on the road. You cool with waiting to eat until we get there?
Yeah.
Cool. There are a million buffets and exotic restaurants there, so we can find something good.
Vegas is a pretty poppin' city. I wonder if they're going. Dumb joke on my part, only because of my own experiences at Vegas. Because, you think they're gonna get In-N-Out? And I only say that because that was actually the first time I ever had In-N-Out, and it was a little funny in a way. Because basically, okay, so, like, disclosure about how Off-Kai kind of was for me, like, there were kind of points at Off-Kai where it got a little overwhelmed and I had to retreat to my hotel room for an hour or two. Which is fine, I was still having fun. It was okay, but I do have some issues with, like, anxiety and crowds and all that. So you can probably imagine how much worse I was in Vegas with, like, such just a bustling city and people all over the place. So, I managed to keep it mostly together in Vegas. There was one point where I did have to retreat to the hotel room, though. And the people I was staying with, they were like, hey, let's go get you In-N-Out. And they just made such a big deal out of getting me In-N-Out. Like, they, like, legit, like, they came back to the hotel room with In-N-Out, and they handed it to me, and, like, one of the guys just, like, busted out his phone, and he was like, okay, I'm going to take a video of Alcor enjoying his first ever In-N-Out burger. And I was just kind of like, it's not that deep. It's a fast food burger, and for a fast food burger, I will concede, it was pretty decent. I would definitely take it over like McDonald's or whatever. But it was just like a burger and fries, right? Like it's not that deep. Like I wasn't like blown away. I was just like, yeah, this is pretty good. I don't know what it is with like people in like the areas of In-N-Out that like preach it as like this ambrosia of the gods, but I mean, again, it wasn't bad. Just, you know, just a burger. Just burger and fries. And it's kind of funny because I'll just forever associate Vegas with In-N-Out because of that. I wonder if I'll ever go to Vegas again. I mean, I have the ability to go again. It's just like I need a reason to go again, you know what I mean? And right now I don't really have a reason to go back to Vegas. Maybe someday though, who knows?
I like Las Vegas already.
Dork.
I gently push her towards the back to get ready. She sticks her tongue out over her shoulder as she goes. Me too, Amber, me too. Watching her rub my temple before climbing into the front seat. I'm looking forward to this, and I know Marina is too. So, why does it feel like I'm doing something wrong? It could just be like the impending dread of like... Sometimes like things are just going like too smoothly, right? You just kind of like... You just have like a streak of good luck and you're just kind of waiting for something to go wrong. Or maybe it could also just be like guilt, right? Like, because like the whole point of this trip originally was you were going to go like pay respects to your grandfather. And now that you're kind of like off like having a road trip with your new girlfriend, it kind of feels like you might be deviating from that, and that could be like some subconscious guilt there. Who knows? For a long moment, I just pressed my forehead against the steering wheel, not thinking much of anything. The sound of Marina's approaching footsteps make me sit up, and I put on a smile as she hops into her spot.
Ready?
Yep.
Here we go then.
And we head out towards the highway. Las Vegas appears on the horizon far before we actually reach it. Clusters of generic skyscrapers are interspersed with world-famous casinos, which come in many shapes and sizes. You know, this might be a good place to end it now I think about it. Because I did kind of want to keep going for a little bit, because I wasn't sure if the game was going to end soon or not. But then I remembered we're playing a Studio Alon game, right? And the thing with Studio Alon is the story never ends when they get together. Like, usually, like, when they get together, that's, like, the halfway point. So... And just, like, from what I'm reading here, I kind of feel we're about to go on, like, a whole Las Vegas arc. And I have a strong feeling the music concert's probably going to be included in that, too. So, yeah, I think this might be a good place to kind of shelve it for the evening before next Wednesday. So I'm going to do that, yeah. Did I save it already? I did, in fact, save it already. So, yeah, you know what? I think that's a pretty good place to stop it. For tonight, anyway. Definitely gonna come back next Wednesday, because I put off finishing this game for way too long. That's why I kind of want to go a little bit longer than usual tonight, too, to kind of make up for lost time a little bit. But maybe we'll finish it next week. Maybe not. I don't know how much game there is left. But, let's see. I do, however, think I'm probably not gonna raid someone again tonight. I'm just not feeling it. I'm gonna just throw y'all into the void, and I hope y'all are okay with that. But yeah, it was nice going back to Highway Blossoms. Like I said, it's really nice just kind of just experiencing everything and just learning too. Cause like I had no idea about like all these places, like the like Arches. Yeah, it's just like fun to kind of like learn about everything. The fact that there's actually a thing called chip off the old block, like just an actual like rock that you're just like, yeah, there's just like some rock there that used to be part of this other like that is kind of funny to me. I think that is kind of great. But yeah. Highway Blossoms still me with joy. Honestly, all the Studio Alon games fill me with joy. I still think my favorite so far is Twofold, definitely. Well, Twofold and Upwards Rain is really good too. Oh, actually, hold the phone. Hold the phone. I wasn't gonna raid, but someone literally just went live right as I was getting ready to end. You know what? No, I'll stick to my guns. We won't raid tonight. we won't raid tonight. I will, however, probably raid. Well, not raid. I'll definitely stream back on Friday though, because Friday we begin the Pokemon ZA, which I have been sitting on for a bit, and I'm quite eager to finally dust it off and get moving with it. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for stopping by, Halibun. I hope you had a wonderful evening. And that goes to anybody. I appreciate anybody who stopped by to say hello or even lurked. It does mean a lot. Oh, and I do need to do my due diligence. I gotta link the socials, where I do sometimes post outside of stream, and I gotta link the Discord because it's mostly just there for like stream notifications at this point, but it is there. But yeah, that will be it for me tonight. Again, we're not gonna raid anyone. I'm just gonna probably go shut off stream and maybe crawl into bed and play my gotchas before I pass out. But yeah, have a good night. Have a good evening, whatever time zone you're in, and I'll see ya Friday maybe. If not, I'll see you when I see ya. Okay? Okay. Goodbye.